you doing? How y'all doing? Share. Yes. See you guys later. How you guys doing? How y'all doing? I hope you guys are doing fine. See you guys later. Share the video as you're watching. Share the video as you're watching. Share the video as you're watching. Couldn't I know sugar? Sugar no the other room. Couldn't I know yeah. Sugar no couldn't I know sugar? Sugar no the other room. Oh no sugar. Sugar everything sugar night to sugar no the other room. Sugar no the other room. Like what sugar? Sugar ball also. Sugar no the other room. Sugar bala. Came up poor. All right, see you guys later. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. Yes, the queen is here. The queen is here. How y'all doing? Please share the program as you're watching. I still remain your queen. Still remain your one and only queen, the queen herself. Hi, beautiful. I'm good, darling. I'm good, darling. How are you all doing? I just want to do my sugar night quick. I'm not gonna because I gotta catch up work tomorrow. I have things to do. So it's money too much. So I'm gonna run my program very fast, very quick. So I'm gonna run it fast, quick, then I'll go to bed, get ready for tomorrow activities, which you know very well. You want to go? So as you're watching me, make sure you share the program, you share the video. Let me share the link. Quick. I just want to make sure that every Sunday I have to wake up on time to run my program, so I will not conflict my program with Mazin and the Kano. So I think that would be the best bet to come on time and rush it and get it done. We have started the program. Let me see what I'll pin the link. Okay, the link is there. Okay, I'll pin the link. Hi guys, if you're joining me, feel free to share the program and feel free to join the program. Yeah, that's what we do. Okay, why you keep changing your hair? That's not the one I saw in the afternoon. Oh, okay, baby, name disappear, you enter. Yes, that's how we do it. Hello. How far?
I do. Okay, you need 3 months, so I can go out tomorrow.
I'm going tomorrow as early as 6 o'clock. I'm not.
All the necessary.
Yes. So how are you? How you doing, darling?
Fine, my dear. My client time I want to that.
Iwo chai.
Ni home no yo kubie.
Iwo chai. Oh, sorry about that. Oh,
it's okay. Even the John and Atom, the mortuary kid, Hannah Ozu, no brother.
5 and 6. You don't even need to tell me. I know what you're saying.
The guy got what you also may home.
I'm telling you, they don't even waste time. They know what to do at any given minute. Oh my God.
I don't nail the lady man, so now I won't mad.
I'm telling you the truth. How is everything, my brother?
We bless God. We bless God.
Oh gosh.
I love that sugar night. Oh, bubble, I made a uniform.
So why, that's part of us. Sugar night. Sugar night. I'll do go part of us. Like I said, even if I get in busy, I have to make up time for my social life. Nobody will take it away from me. Come on, we were only 4 days, or we're only 3 days in a week to work. You feel me? Nobody would deprive me from coming on social media. You want to kill me? You want to take life out of me? Hey. So I always make out time for my program, for my entertainment, for only what I go.
Social media make sure I know how can I be the mine or bottle or something. I put that aparato.
I don't know.
Mom, no.
Yeah, I do drink and yeah, okay. Like what to me, this is what I do.
Okay. Chireke.
That's how I consume my own water. You know how many liters they want you to consume every day. So that's how I
Yeah.
consume my own liters of water. So that's how I do my own thing. The water go. You know, I dance a lot. So when I lose some strength, you know, I derive joy. Huh? Ah, yes, I'm a minute small. I could not know me be working.
ndị iro na-ejikwa n'ebe niile gaa na agbapụrụ onwe gị egwu
Enwere ihe dịka onye iro amakwa m ihe wu ndị iro ana m afụ ndị iro atara m afụ ndị iro ọ ndị iro na-afụ m ị na-enwere ihe one person gwara m somebody told me that oge ọ onye ka mma ga na-akọ about you onye ka mma will always talk about you that onye ọbụla ka ahụ menwe time ọ dị ka Trump abịa talk about me Trump don't know me. Iwatago. So all they come magabako na about you. That means there's something about you that they like or they want to be like. You know what I mean? Oh, when you got makana about you. So you should understand that part. And that is true. That is true. So what I mean, let them continue. Iwatago. Because if they go low, you go high. If they go low, you go high. Remember that.
Onye a na-ekwu okwu ya nwere ihe ọ na-eme.
Ayi onye a na-akpọ nwere ife ọ na-alụ. Queen nwere ife ọ na-alụ.
Billion Queen ndewo.
Ndewo. Henry Ijoma ajụjụ ahụ again ma penyo oge. Henry, if you're there, the Queen, one more time. Henry, kaka ma penyo oge. Ana ma penyo. Mpiama ma penyo. Ana ma penyo. Iwala. Nwoke mma with the handsome glasses. Ndewo.
Ekele ngo imere agha.
I remember that. I remember no magile no mega masha hajima. Jarigo the meme. Wow.
Oh, Chukwu daalụ.
Yeah.
Ekele dịrị Chukwu na wetere gị na ihe onyonyo nke a kịta.
Ewo.
Ụfọdụ na-ahụ gị ihe na-eme na-amasị m. Mmekọta site ka m ga-esi abanye mana no way. Mana finally, I am into this place.
Yes.
It's a big testimony. Which testimony can I go to church now?
I know now they hard for a lot of people to come in. I don't know. You know, yeah. I guess it's because of the people now well crowded in the studio. So now they crowded. Very soon now, before we know it now, it might be now. Very soon, you know, oga jam everywhere. It's like an busy car outside here. So my brother Becky is yabo. Can you no why? Watago?
Yeah, it's ACT, Australian Capital Territory.
Wow.
And Canberra in Australia.
Okay. Which part of Igbo are you from?
I'm on Imo State. I'm on Obo.
Ooh, Obo Umbise.
Yeah. I Nandimbi.
Yeah, but Ndobo were good. I think I messed with one Mbo guy. They are very good.
Really?
Yeah, they are very good.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah. But people mistake, you know, with Ndembi. I actually don't know the same.
Yeah, that's what they say, but unfortunately, it's not true. And we are not that popular compared with Ndimbise.
Yeah, because Ono was small, right? The small population. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
that's true.
If Onyobo has all the same thing with Ndimbise.
Yes. They always say that. So it's not no thing. I always get that. Oh, you Onyobo. Oh. So my brother, Lola no one the single.
I'm single. Mana enwere nwa agbọghọ nna ya Chukwu ka ọ dabara mụ na ya.
Nwa agbọghọ ebe ka nwa agbọghọ ahụ.
On in Nigeria.
Okay. How long have you been dating this one boy?
Anyway, I want to come for to put my happen Nigeria. Otago, and I work with him. Bamboo no PC. Oya William Gallo. Otago. And I beruzi about Puzi na la beka digis madin on Nadia na house.
Yeah, that's true.
And the custom they made is so demanding. So I really need companion that can, we put things
together. What discipline?
Bachelor of nursing.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So how long do you have? How long left?
I have 2 more years because I studied community service earlier before the nursing.
Yeah, before I get the admission there. So because that's true. That's true. You have bachelors in it, right?
I'm still the community service I did is not a bachelor yet, but it's nothing that I'm doing bachelor at the moment.
Okay. Then after that you do your masters.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope to get permanent resident before doing master. It's too expensive.
Well, I know. Oh, the government are not helping you to pay for it.
Now, government in hand and help so much when they are citizens and permanent residents.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got you. Okay, you will get there. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You'll get there. So keep hanging in there, my brother. You're welcome to my platform. You're highly welcome. Okay, my brother.
Thank you.
So when you're now by the right side, may we get to know you?
Good morning.
Hi, how are you? Good evening from here.
I'm good. I was the one that chatted you up from the hospital the other day to my
I don't know people that chat me, darling. A lot of people chat me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm from Australia.
Okay.
I was the one girl that chatted you up.
Can you speak up a little bit? Can you speak up like Queen? I want you to speak with boldness. Can
you hear me?
Yeah, you need to speak up. You need to be bold. You need to be elegant. You need to be proud. Okay. You know?
I'm from Brisbane, from Australia. And yeah. This is my first time joining anyway.
There's no problem. A day begins a story, darling. So remove shy. I want you to be proud. I want you to be elegant. I want you to speak with proud. We speak with confidence. You know, anybody that comes around me, you have to learn something. You have to learn how to be bold. You have to be proud. You have to give up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Energize the environment. What I go?
Yeah. I'm from Anambra State, Otolo Nnewi.
Oh, yeah. My sister. You're even my sister. I'm from Nnewi South as well.
Okay. Nnewi, but I hardly travel back home. That's the problem.
You haven't what?
I don't travel much, like back home to the village or stuff. Yeah.
I didn't hear that partition. You don't have Guinea.
I don't travel. I don't go home.
Okay, you hardly travel back home. Okay. When was the last time you visited Nigeria?
Last year, but I usually stay in Lagos.
Okay. So you was born in Australia or you was born in Nigeria?
I was born in Nigeria, but I came here when I was 17 years.
Oh, okay. Are you married? Are you single? Are you searching? Do you have any kids?
No, I'm not searching.
Are you single?
I'm not single.
Are you married?
I'm not married. I'm engaged.
Are you engaged for how many years for now? Yes. How many years have you been engaged?
Well, I have someone. I'm not engaged, but I've been dating him for like 5 years now. So yeah.
What?
So where? And the guy based where?
Nigeria.
Hey. And so, okay, now what is your plan? Are you planning to bring the guy here? Are you guys planning to get married in Nigeria before he comes here?
because of the lockdown, we're planning to get married back home. Then he'll come over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. I wish you the best. You know, it's by choice. You know, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Nobody could tell you to change your mind. And you're also beautiful. You say you chatted me for what reason, please?
I chatted you for my elder sister, Miracle. I remember that I told
Oh.
you that I was in the hospital. I just came back 2 days
Oh,
ago.
okay. You know, I have a lot of people chatting me, my darling. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I can remember. Yeah, that your sister you sent me her picture, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Even
see.
one of my family friends was asking of what's up. So I asked her and gave her your number. She was like, okay, she'll chat you up later.
Okay. They not they should come out like you came out. That's how they should come out. Because if you're let me tell you one thing about hookup. If you're shy
Yeah.
and you can't come in, or you say people will come into my inbox and threatening me and do this, then you're not ready to settle down. You see what I'm saying? So those
Yeah.
people that are telling you, come into your inbox, telling you this, they don't even know your history. They don't know your story. So why must you listen to somebody that has nothing to do with anything that concerns you? All you need to do is just to block the hell out of the person and move on. Okay, my sister, you're welcome. So, if you became fashionistic, let me go she relax.
All right,
Yes,
so girl, maybe
darling.
I'll let you. Bye.
Okay, bye, sweetie. Fashionistic, you're not my no
How are
looking.
you, darling?
I'm fine, darling.
Welcome, Australian man. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, my darling. We can hear you clearly. Can you speak up a little bit?
Can you hear me?
You speak it up a
Welcome
little
on
bit, then I
board.
can hear you.
Australian man, welcome on board.
Okay. My sister is greeting you, Australian man.
Thank you. Thank you, sister.
Onyamuna Ekuru win a platform. Welcome. Why in London? Welcome.
Yes.
Always Onyamuna Ekuru win a platform.
You can leave it at once.
Why in London? If you meeting today na our private here.
No, I went out, so that is what happened. So I went out.
You know, I'm in a meeting time. I'm not charging.
Hey, yeah, why not? I got me. It's suspect the him made today.
Right.
Anyway,
Anyway, emergency meeting, but I think another one will be.
Okay.
I'm
looking for husband.
Are you sure?
The mama.
Sit up, my sister.
The mama.
Hey, fine woman, how are you?
Okay.
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm not sure because fashionistic, I'm me choga. I don't know when you're serious. Fashionistic big apple mark. Onye akwa nnukwu ma nwa onye fashion always nurse enwe ihe ọwụ n'ime ọ nọ everywhere.
Okay,
Australian man. She's also in Australia. She's all over the world. I don't know where she is right now.
No, you are saying Australia.
Wow.
She's all over the world. Don't mind her. She goes all over the world. Never country this woman a travel. Mama. She can travel. Hey.
Wow.
Congratulations to her.
I'm telling you, she can travel.
I'm coming to Australia next. That's why I'm interested in the Australian man.
Okay. My brother, she's interested in you.
I can't even see the person who is talking. I'm just trying to figure out.
The person that is very close to you, that is lying down by your
Can you do like this
left. The guy the lady by your left. You can look at your left side. Orebon.
Okay. Talunda.
Even my brother from
Chuku Dalo.
If the network will get bad.
Okay.
Empire Australia.
Mommy na shine kwa.
Really?
Mama, you are shining, no.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like hot lady now.
And I want to be like you when in London.
Hot lady.
I want to be like you when in London.
Which part of Australia are you?
Sorry?
Which part of Australia are you?
I'm not outside at the moment.
So it means that you travel worldwide, as Mama said.
Yes. She's right. She's right.
Scott Morrison, I think I make a business. Prime Minister.
Who is the person?
Prime Minister Scott Morrison.
I'll get there soon.
Oh, it's all right.
I'll get there soon.
Don't worry. Mama, Sugar 91 is too slow tonight.
No, they are coming.
So, came like a protest again at US with George Floyd. Have Mama. Any calmness so far?
My brother, I may discuss who they are here.
Okay, but sorry. I just came to the platform.
No, so bad. Why any big deal in any?
It's all right.
My change very soon. I will not because I get tomorrow, so I wouldn't waste time. I'll just make the short time, then I will evacuate. Okay. What I go?
Yeah.
Okay, good night. So, yeah.
Okay, one in Australia.
Enjoy,
bye.
Guys.
Also, no Australia.
So, I want Oma earpiece. May we know you? Introduce yourself. Why, Oma?
Okay, Afamba Muchechukwu. Afamba Muchechukwu. I'm Enugu State. Manam been at Dubai.
So, how old are you?
I'm 25.
And you are searching or you are not?
I am searching.
So, are you a graduate or you are undergrad?
Okay, I'm a graduate.
Okay. So can we know you a little bit? I mean, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Yameku. Who's in Nigeria now?
Hey,
I got Dubai the Chego. So I'm a nurse, but I'm into business now.
In Dubai.
Madam Alonos in Dubai. No, into business, full business in Dubai.
Who the business in Dubai?
I'm into buying and selling. Then Nebuga, Nigeria, and also selling foods here.
Then why did you leave your nursing job?
Imana Mbata Dubai during this coronavirus time, so everything be fucked up. So nsizie na nke mmadụ ede nọlụ nkịtị, then a business nwetebe ego till everything account more, then we start from there.
Yeah, because you should focus. If I were you, I should have focused on my nursing thing. Because nurse in America, you're gonna Dubai.
Yeah, na Dubai, yes.
Always yoku, because of this pandemic for now.
How long have you been
I can't be doing nothing.
How long have you been in Dubai?
I just came in March.
Okay.
That was the reason why.
Okay. Oh yeah, Jishike oh.
So badiro dalurinne.
Elokola dike na acha.
Can I check what they can do?
Like this man, I about sugar no here.
Kenko.
Nke Papa's cap.
Upon million of man, upon million of man. But the people no come for nilun.
Sugar actually if you go for man. If you give ya.
Not the cute. He's a cute guy.
Sugar. Bian the comment section has sugar the cheese and the pack of pojang really the lady said you are cute. What do you have to say about that, Sugar?
Also no nurse.
Yes, not.
Or the nurse not to go joke again.
And don't know to buy and sell.
For the meantime.
For the meantime, until epidemic happen, I couldn't na Dubai.
Yes.
I saw your name.
What's your man in Nigeria?
I'm born in Dubai.
Oh, man of that.
Dubai, I think it's far, bro.
Sugar, I like it.
Why? You know, I suck of them. No, far.
Take go should not far. Dubai and Nigeria.
Oga lot of Nigeria. What they get far?
Dubai and Nigeria.
Sugar make your choice again now.
I told Nigeria.
Oga lot of Nigeria. Each one lot of Nigeria. Sugar give me a lot of Nigeria. Make your choice.
Abuna man. One why ever size of Ganagway. Unanji camera.
Sugar liar. Emma, give me my meeting.
Or more.
Oh, no,
Abra meeting now.
But I could no kuna.
I think again, so we connected through phone on Abba. So more use on my laptop. So they got steady. No use my phone, even use on my phone now. She log in through your destiny or Nekwaba. So more
okay, I think that's the one I gave me on Facebook Kazima, the secret one, because everybody will have access to come to.
One why I went friend in Shaja, none at Dubai.
Anyway,
I want letting work on Dubai. On your army, I make check come go.
But all my army because
America, London, Canada, Australia.
America Sugar. Onye amechọrọ ịga America.
Anyị amechọrọ onye na America, London, Australia, Canada. So, amana m achọrọ ya nwaanyị.
The man, one why don't worry. Open up na m no fa. I call it look on mana.
Sugar what a lot of Nigeria. Why is my what a lot of Nigeria?
If na no obi ma jugo yi.
Sugar, somebody should have handsome Sugar. Oh, Hana eto Sugar. Shishane.
Akuna one nekwa ya na kunu confuse them. Una dekwa now.
Handsome Sugar.
But Sugar one get fit to go.
I'm telling you, Papa Sugar.
Okay, fit to go.
Okay, fit here very well.
You need the in yourself.
Sugar get many souvenir. Get many free souvenir, Sugar.
On no far.
Sugar, another one abataku.
Another one abataku. So make your choice. Sugar.
I go one day, measure no sugar nice. Also, Momo, why and I come getting why
sugar.
Yeah. What I
for sugar.
No, I remember whole one more bolo. Yes, I quite easy.
Sugar, hot cake.
Oh, my God, the sugar, the one car, but I'm not
the one I know. Okay, now I'm careful now. Okay, you can cast no boy number of you. Go ahead, boy number.
Uncle Nos.
One boy number ever.
When you go, my number.
If you go to your number, I don't
But and why am on your No, who on your I'm a good just so but off one. No, your back cable.
How will your number?
Who your number?
Audio.
Sugar, I'm going to say to you, a number.
Audio.
Okay,
Sugar,
Sugar, onye di oji ka onye di ọcha.
Onye di ọcha no oji.
Everyone find get the ọcha batara na aba.
I know.
It's okay fit you.
Batara no was.
Batara na aba, sugar light na aba. One pretty fine girl.
One pretty nice skin pretty thing. Batara na
no Australia sign
Now, because I went when I need somebody opportunity to come in.
Sugar on your guy.
Hey, look on your nose.
No.
Sugar on your guy.
No, I don't why. And then they will so. No one, in case you want kissing, what I feel no she.
Acha moya Charlotte, oya chapulota kancha. Acha moya Charlotte. Nkano ya na yes.
On your nose. Every nose on nail.
One then why? Can anyone see beginning no?
Not beginning.
Baby.
No, no, it's really Zach book. Is it bonus?
I thought I gave you my American. I don't say listen American.
Sugar nke Igbo ajọ na-ajụ m question. Ị chọrọ ka eme gị surgery na ajụ gị a? Ekele ajụ ma nurse. Nwa nurse Eliza ka m bụ ekwelu m aka ya. Adịzi gị mma. Ekwelu m aka ya o.
America enwe nurse Eliza. Ihe njekwu bụ because ịmara onye a na America.
International nurse na abai na asụnọ nurse Eliza. Ndị nke mụrụ nọọsụ amụ na ndị nke mụrụ na Odis Quack Hospital na ọha nwa nọọsụ Eliza.
Anyị nwa agụrụ agụ.
Ndị Amerịka gụrụ agụ. Na-eji ntụtụ agbagbu mmadụ. Ndị Naijiria na-agbagbu mmadụ wute ntụtụ. Nwanne m nwaanyị a na-eme bizines na-eme nọọsụ ntụtụ ya ọ ya agbaji mmadụ ụkwụ. Ee nọọsụ na-eme bizines na-akakuleti ego ji azụ afịa.
Nna m ọbụọkwa fọt m batala obodo echenji.
Nneke obodo ị nọ biko.
Nna Dubai m batala obodo echenjikwa biko m nwale onwe m chenjikwa akara aka m ọbụla okwe.
Inidikwa ichenji akara aka gị obodo ga-emechakwa dị mma.
Obodo dị mma anachi azụ anyị ayọbazie nri anyị ga-ayọbazie nri mba now you have to do something.
Ịma nọọsụ ịgba ịlaikiri nwaanyị London wee
Sugar ịhụla nwanne gị nwaanyị London ọ chọrọ ihe o ji
na my brother ndị London na ha achịkwa obi gị n'aka etu eke dalị m ogbo na-abụ nwanne ya efuru iwelu ndị ere dalị nwa gị ahụ elo dalị emebe gị isi efuwe
ịma nọọsụ laikiri nwaanyị London wee nwaanyị London wụrụ
na my brother mbụkwara ya mma achọghị mbụrụ ya mma achọghị
ekele dịrị gị Sugar
mbụrụ ya mma achọghị nne m chọba ndị ọzọ apụ onye na-erize nna amakwara m akara aka m sef amakwara m akara aka m anụkwara m oge ọ sị na ọ chọghị
mba nwaanyị London nwere standard
standard ọ chọrọ nwoke gbatịrị agbatị
nwanne m ịgbatịrị agbatị ihe egbu onwe
ka ọ hụ na agbatịrị agbatị
ịgbatịrị agbatị mekanik ka ị kwesịrị ịbụ nọọsụ epiti hoyi ịkwụ akwụ nwanna mana mekanik ka ị kwesịrị ịbụ nwanna mekanik onye kwesịrị ịbụ
ma fọknaiza
but why London nọọsụ like kwanu go
nọọsụ ka ebe ị nọ
anọ m na Amerịka
ị nọ na Amerịka ahụ siri ike o alike m ndị Amerịka ị ga-elocate here ka anyị mara nụ ma Gucci agadi ya
m hapụ Amerịka
London je gbawa ọsọ ndị kọt nwụrụ ndị kọt ju London ndị
abịa gbawa beto ọbịa London abịa na beto mrapụ Cherokee Jeep m n'anya ebe a
nwaanyị London ị na-ekwutezikwu ya ka
idikwa weekend
nwaanyị London ya na-ekwutezikwu ya
ekwetekwa m na nke a
etu ezi gị dalị m bifo mara ihe na-eme na efe ya enyezi n'ahụ
nwaanyị London ndị London ọ ga-adọbụlụ salari ya
n'ebe kwanụ
yes now
ya na a ga-adọbụlụ salari ya
a ga-adọbụlụ ya with pounds
ya na a ga-adọbụlụ ya with pounds
yes now as far as ịchọrọ ịgafete ebe a bido ọrụ ngo direct you have to write the exam over there so that it can guarantee you to work here.
My brother no ebe no ya Sunday ya sa agwa ejendo ga ya sa ya for gbaliere ebe ndụ ya sa
na nwa achọrọ ya sara m economy ọ ya na
akwụ gị na azụ na nka ebe na mụ na anyị kwụna na mụ na ya
ma asị gị chọrọ akara aka gị agba mpụra
ọgwa mụ na gị ekwuzi mụ na ya mụ na gị ekwuri ya
nwaanyị London ọgwụ kwesịrị relocate sef
mba o alike m UK o
nwa kwesịrị relocate
nekwe nwanne Sugar na ndị na-abịa ịnacha ụmụ nwaanyị anya niile
mba onye nke a bụ lover boy Imborugo ji achị ọchị. Ịma ọ na-agụ novel. Otu ọrụ ya bụ lover boy.
O ji AK-47 wee bata.
Lover boy ya bụ. Nwanne nwaanyị zekwa onwe gị. Zekwa onwe gị. Ụdị mmadụ akpatara ka ọchịrị ma mkpụrụ obi niile ọchịkọrọ ha ncha niile ụwa.
Mba, nwaanyị London ga-erijeti onye nke a.
Nwaanyị London ekwe. Nwaanyị London nwere ọma ya
ọ na-alaiki ndị na-agba ogogbo anya. Ịma mụ ya na-agba ogogbo anya.
Ọ bụghị obodo anya biko.
Nwaanyị London agaghị ekwe ka.
Nwaanyị London bilie n'ọta ka ịhụ nụ height gị. O nwere ike ya hụrụ sef do ịgbatị agba.
Ọkwa ịbịakwa ka ya ojike iji height ya. Onye gbago ibut ka ị na-asị ya ka ịfụ height ya.
Ma onye si m bịa London, onye si m relocate ya bịa London.
Mba ọya ọma kwuo menu here.
Ndewo no.
Nwaanyị ọma. Nwana mma.
Chuka nke a ga-amasị gị o. Chuka nke a ga-amasị gị.
Onye a bụ nwunye mmadụ.
Ọ bụghị ntụ oge.
Nna iwu nwunye mmadụ.
Ntị oge bụ isi oche oge ka ọ bụ.
Nekwere nke ọgba n'aka o tie na mba.
Shuga ọsọ gwe nwunye mmadụ.
Adịghị nke ọgba n'aka.
Mba ụmụ atiri nke ahụ.
Ị na-anụzi onwe gị ji wee tezie.
Nke a for fashion.
Na-ebukwa na onye? Kọwarị na onye bụ.
Okay, afọ m bụ Mitchell. Anọ m Dubai mana ụmụ Imo steeti.
Nke a wụ oyibo. Anọ m Dubai. Nne gwara ya ihe Igbo gị.
Onye dịkachi.
Ezigbo afọ.
Afọ aka na-atọ ka mmanụ aṅụ.
Nọọsụ laikiri nke a.
Nọọsụ laikiri nke a.
Mba, ana m aga Dubai. Ma onye ha na Amerịka achọrọ nke na Amerịka.
Yeah, my first time you join this.
You are welcome.
I'm very happy to be here.
Adam happy to see you.
We're happy to see you, and we are receiving you with an open heart. 3 boys and 3 girls.
Thank you. Can try. Mom can see join the distance. So I've been watching some previous ones. So, but I just thank God I got connected.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
yeah, welcome.
No can ever admin. Then I contribute one to the
I wish I get you now. Check up bata see bata. Eh? Ọbụkwa oge echi nọ ọkwa nwanne nwaanyị maka o ji wee bụrụ isi ọcha. Ọ bụghị ya ọ ya abata na
yesterday Antioge was very harsh. So onye nke very as in she's not harsh. So I was sorry.
It was a
slip of the tongue. Nice to meet you, ma.
This one.
I was only saying you're a very beautiful woman. That was what I was telling them.
No, I got everything you said because I'm a man. No one more pressed in here. So you know the one in London, not the hash.
My sister, now she be this.
Now why London now? We're all talking.
Welcome, ma.
So where am I? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Dubai.
Okay. Look at seduce sugar here. But please say seduce.
Also no Dubai
on seduce the sugar. No look at in the Nigeria.
I'm going to do Nigeria. This is sugar. What can they select too much? Or sugar? What can they select too much? Sugar.
Why London? Get I with the same move. Auto share select, share select.
Oh, that got no channel.
Why London?
Why
London? Okay.
No one can nature. Why London can nature?
Not also relocate. I relocate. I
Okay, yeah, December.
So you're welcome. Oh, okay. When you in Dubai, what do you do?
I'm a hairstylist.
Okay,
Oh.
How long have you
been in Dubai? December.
A year.
Okay.
I'll see you December sugar.
So what?
December ruwe kwala so iwurike di onye Dubai na December ya wega.
Yeah, Jack and have coronavirus. So the medicine because of coronavirus.
Coronavirus again, mine. I got.
Oh yeah, no. You open up on phone now.
Coronavirus, we just have to learn to live with it.
Okay.
No. Coronavirus.
Malaria. Onye rega malaria, o je na ogwu. Eko na matabe onwe boje.
Thank God.
At least in Nigeria.
We just have to learn to live with it. Oga ogiga chemist je goro ogwu teenage go ogwu paracetamol for coronavirus.
Not aqua chloroquine kwa coronavirus.
So chukuzoba.
Aga masa nwoke ahụ enwe
Ọ ka na-egbu ndị mmadụ now because we don't know what to use for it. Anyị amatabe ọgwụ ya.
Emekwara m ọda chloroquine from Nigeria.
Ya ka paracetamol.
Ndị a na-discharge from isolation centers na Nigeria. Ụlọ ajụ ọgwụ a na-enye.
Chloroquine ka ahụ ga na.
Game na chloroquine na agwọ na because
chloroquine ka ha na-enye Nigeria ha.
A lot of people are discharge a lot of people, and a lot of people are not discharged. A test has had to go negative. Can you hear you? Can you agwọ ha need the ema?
Chloroquine. Even yourself, every one of my friends graduate hospital. Aqua chloroquine ka nyere ya.
Why in Dubai? Only actually you.
Chloroquine na.
How many?
Hey, ni what ebe? O se kwa ala.
Why in Dubai you? Nne.
Nwambise.
Na na-egwu.
Okay, Nwambise.
Na na-egwu.
Onye omenala
onwe ya nchọrọ ịjụ gị bụ how many years ka nwoke nwere ike idate nwaanyị before nụọ ya?
Years.
6 months.
How many years?
6
Sugar
6 months.
No,
months.
Months.
6
I will go to your phone.
Why London? Man, I got
1 month. That's a Mississippi.
And if we go to case, you know how many months? I want to buy. You know how many months?
6 months. 6 months.
You know, okay, 6 months.
Not on a relationship. Say side date. Not 1 year. 6 months. Ga 1 year. Gafe 1 year. Na gaje. Let's see. Let him make it. Aka no mama. Meje mo shari do mo half nene ahụ. Emecha ya settle.
Ka wo kunde
ko ma. Ọbụgoro na ọnụ ya
amụba ni dịrị ileba ya anya.
Sugar. Relationship.
Sugar okwu ni dịrị ileba ya anya.
In a relationship for a very long time is not who ya who the guarantee na marriage ka ime.
Mana ọbụkwa na nwoke ka na plan.
Ihe onye chọrọ ịlụ even self with 1-2 months kwesịrị mata na ihe ahụ ị chọrọ.
1 month.
Well, what if now nke nwaanyị choose nke nwoke say nka ihe a ka m chọrọ nwoke choose.
Ihubele just for the first time. I seen nature melody.
Okay, messing. What you can messing? For no nya
ne wonye wayo shoge wonye
for
wayo taka ma
okwe
shoge wonye wayo shoge
okwe wanda esikwa na na kwele makwa kwele gi before
anwe kwere bu awon kwere bu na London aka aya conclude go mata
mba London o si no like the mechanic no mechanic culture
nọọsụ ịgba shuga si achọrọ ịga Naijiria ga-alụọ o nwere ike ịruo Naijiria under 1 month ọ mata the person ya
ọ Naijiria ya ka mma so nwanne nwaanyị esi nọ 6 months ya dị mma
yes
okay because na onwere ndị na-ayị nwaanyị 5 years 3 years mana sometimes ị na-amụkwa na onwe ka ọ bụrụ na nwoke na plan things ka ọ kwadocha onwe ọfụma mana ada agbakwana aka arị ọjị
but another thing nọ n'ime ịma na distant relationship ọ nke na-emetụ longer you understand maybe onye ahụ enweghị akwụkwọ ọkwa maybe nke nwoke na-achọ inweta akwụkwọ you understand that is the one like all they take long like 3 years 4 years you understand ma ọ bụrụ onye nwere patient to if the person willing to stay to that relationship ka the guy mbata you got that but ọ bụrụ na gị na ala bụ na afụ let us 6 months plan na ifu kwesịrị ụmụ
my dear I don't advise onye nwaanyị ọbụla tororo elu di enyi ya nwoke na abroad o nwetebe akwụkwọ ọmakwanụ mgbe ọ ga-enweta akwụkwọ di ya na-abịara ya sị na ọ na-eche ya na abroad that is not an ideal thing to do because it has ruined a lot of women. A lot of women who nurture 48 years 47 years that are very beautiful doesn't mean that when they only that they failed to plan. You know, they failed to plan. And when a lot of young girls, I love that guy. The guy is Germany. I remember then. The guy is Germany. So the guy I never sent the lady ego. The girl I got at school. They may pay one pharmacy shop near around my area then. And the girl was very. I must tell you that girl, the fact, because in one working on a back, ile anya gama. Ona adi chikiri. You know, the girl know they do anything. I promise you that. But that guy better. Low for the guy in went all onye ever onye Germany ebe ahụ nọ. Ya ga-alụ a younger person. Ọdụkwa na onye toro eto and the girl nwa. You know, the guy, all child support.
On the basic child support.
All child support. So the guy not as the Nigeria, the guy not about the girl with the in fact, the guy can abroad, the girl no the guy and one she was frustrated. And don't worry, a lot of men and Nigeria as only when I call the girl refused. I am now what the girl ruler after what I was telling you, there is all kind of the girl ruler 42 years, then on no baby. So I to have a monopoly. You know, so you see, I don't believe in. I like what the IMM zone. I like near the Onyedika Chiku, why the Imbise girl. Also, if you are in a relationship with somebody, your own relationship because the acceptance of them when two of them come to agreement. That's why I like in the Calabar, the Ogoja, those Ogoja area. Hana no, they can give you their daughter on credit as far as no when money is there. Come and pay the dollar. You know? So I don't believe on any young man wasting a young woman's life. Time. There's what you want to see in a woman in 10 years, you can see it in 3 months. Some of you are saying 6 months is an ideal time to get married, but I don't still believe that. 3 months is enough. In fact, I asked you before you start even the relationship, you should know the kind of woman you want. from the beginning, admire her. I won't done at one, you blood not scared to the game. And when then I like Anna Buribu, when that I can didn't like, when then I like in the Buribu, when I like in the Slim. But you still don't, you didn't make a choice. The rules and be illegal again, and it's oh, no, you're the too skinny. Why, you should have known that when you wore your choice. At the end of the day, if we go again, it's also Tisha, you know, those kind of things. There's a lot of things, you know, now they involved. And when they're not showing tarot, I heard when Sugar and I said, on his tarot, like play. Maybe he's making a good point. But the fact is, only tarot charge on board. The available can become the desirable. When the desirable is not available, the available can become the desirable. But in the nearest future, it will affect you. It has seen man. If you want tarot, you know, plan of one man want tarot, so that you're more tarot. At the end of the day, you miss Yellow Road. Get was as soon as divorce, man. In Nigeria today, a Ghana churches, winner chapel, the rate of divorce. In hotel, I wedding every Saturday. This coronavirus period, many people say we're going to know why. No, I know why. Get back to the MHN. Auto a case for divorce, you know. So let's just put a contribution to it, and you should decide. Though we are playing here, I have my choice of woman. I have my kind of woman. You know, I got my no wine on abroad. I got my no wine on Nigeria. I got my no wine on my choice. Bob also all my choice. You get me? So
mana ke ira ko na ya nwanna ya nwa ekwu na iche nwoke bụ na ọ na-egbu oge emosisiba nwa.
I support that.
Okay. Akwụkwọ na nwoke enwekwara interest. Ụkwara dị mma na enwekwara interest n'ịnụkwara gị ka ihe emekwa just na mosisi nwa.
Within a few weeks of the relationship, you should have already. Oh, you are dealing with a human being who has senses, like 6 senses like you. Within you, why in among what you love? Let me just tell you. When you are dealing with a women are able. Chineke kere hiche. You know, how one am I hatcher from the beginning? Hana aga kata n'ụzọ. Since I know here can hatcher. When you start with, if you pay one achọta, well, when some loose guarded women anyway, come visit me hard, yeah. Ozugbo emewe I will not be so. You know, and when some women immediately at the first point, she will express herself. If in fact you need the age, you have so many attitudes. You know, mature girl, a willing person. And go already willing because the woman will also know that you are willing. Her mind will tell her you are willing. But a lot of deceptive hearts. Remember one from their left or right. You know. But I still believe in what Onyedika Chikuru. As far as the two people has understood themselves, I like one and man be working ago. Working makwa level one. Then you know that both of you. I have a lot of my friends who did like that. I want to make a wedding after 5 children. I want to make a wedding after 5 children. Because what their mothers or grandmothers want is, I'm for my grandchildren.
But in a scenario whereby the partner is abroad, one is in Nigeria, and that one abroad now struggle. The possibility of contact northern Baloa wine. And people will be putting pressure on him. Why are you struggling? Why can't you go and get married to your woman and get paper? And the lady will be thinking that.
When he is your partner. When you talk about partner, your partner should have been somebody in here. When you are dating somebody, also when you date for 10 years. When you an issue now, there's nothing like relation. There's nothing like would I call it a relationship? There's nothing strong. I'm on for a Facebook post. The girl Jizake and I ring about the call mall. I just saw it some time ago.
Yeah, that is in Nigeria.
I have it in Nigeria. The girl was Jizake and I say the guy, call by the ring. Now which kind of relationship it is? And then the man felt embarrassed. Yeah, say nigga, you have to decide to marry me. The man was like, the girl, the guy. See, how many years? Of course, 6 years can happen. You know, the guy asked one on organo. The guy asked one on organo.
Yeah, in a good comedy now.
Huh?
Yeah, in a good comedy.
I want to comedy.
But yeah, acting. I watch it on me. One person or 6 years outside. Now outside the
Lagos. So one of comedy. You know, I watched it as a serious, and I was feeling for the girl. I was like, what would have made the girl to have wasted, allow the guy to, for season. You know, even why on ID, wagging his hand outside. Why on ID, breaking on ID, or buying outside. There are a lot of admirers. Opposite and then on a relationship. What would you be doing in a relationship for 1 year, 2 years without having a direction?
Like for example, now when some guys maybe their life organized, maybe they are struggling to do that, and they have a girlfriend.
Why is this thing cracking like this?
I'm a girlfriend, so I mean,
sorry, I cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you from here.
Okay. The man outside in Kegi. So, on your knows in a relationship with carry 6 months, for example, work can struggle to your life here in order. Okay, then Gana is in the lowest 6 months. Also, no, not the better. You're happy. I go again. Why you Dubai? Get Canada. The mobile one, Nike. Why Dubai? I know we are in a I don't know in a pool. Mother, I know what I know. Get her.
I can hear you.
One was Azani Angel.
Ah, crack. I can't hear you very well.
You look at Ticola on Oku. Then I walk how many months or years couldn't really kill you before I now see her darling can man, J. and jazz. What I go
3 months, my journal.
3 months.
And my dear, what's the stand of the relationship? So I will know my way forward if he's a serious person. In the sense of sometimes when you ask somebody an unexpected question, you get to find out the truth sometimes. When you don't expect such question from the particular person.
Okay. So does that mean that every relationship must end in marriage?
It's not every relationship that must end in marriage. It depends. Okay. It depends the both of you. There are some guys that want to marry a lady and the lady might not want to marry them. It's possible too.
Okay. Because sometimes guys can pretend. Because somebody like me, if I see a woman I want to marry, I know from day one. And you go to me because no matter go ready. But when you meet guys not be ready, because a guy cannot.
And now some people, when you ask them the question, their reply would let you know if, like now, you know when you not expect somebody is going to ask a particular question, and if the person is taking time and the reaction on the person's face, this kind of question is when you people are together that you're going to ask, not phone question. In the sense of the way he reacts, let you know if he really saying it from his mind or just saying it to make you feel good.
But some guys, sometimes you will feel like you are with a guy when the guy is with another person also. And the guys can pretend.
But know how that you hide it. Know how that you hide it. The lady herself is not her first relationship. At least she will use it to compare. In the sense of the way he's doing, you will get to like, no, there is something wrong somewhere. And by the time you are finding out there's something and you put your eyes down, you get to know that maybe you are not even the person that he has in mind. Maybe he's having someone else in mind.
But along the line, have what in mind. Wait at that moment, or they be ready. So I have a money when he's still chasing after something. We go can actually go. This year they go there now see a marriage. What I do? So
it depends. Both of you have to then agree if the lady is going to wait for you or she will look elsewhere. Because it's not everybody that have the patience of waiting for a long time. Some people that their age is no more, as in their age is far telling them that it's time. You get. But if it's somebody that there is still age in her side ahead, that kind of person can actually wait.
the 1 year and the before age when I say about physique. I'm a people.
Maybe she has been meeting the wrong ones.
Okay, then you believe that this one was the right one. Everything will process because sometimes you put age, you will age the blues. Yeah, for the right guy. About the gossip, Buffalo, Yama, a budget where boys, or whoever, and I say,
maybe when the person is young, the person misses that age. Maybe she was feeling that she was too beautiful, she can't date this kind of person or something like that, and she never knew that time is going. Maybe she was too selective.
I'm gonna need a motor.
Maybe the person is too selective now. Maybe that's why the time was going and she didn't take note on time. Maybe when it's down to 9 minutes and she will get
rejected. Haven't you rejected anybody before?
I've actually rejected people before. It's a normal thing now, but it depends what you want. If what you want
is not normal. It's not normal.
See, you can't hide. You can't hide. See, you can. Okay, this is like now as a lady, as a guy. Guys to have their own kind of lady, and ladies to have their own kind of guy. So you can't say because this person asks you out and you want to date him, while deep down on you, he's not the kind of guy you want.
All right, something happened here on this platform. I think 2 days ago or something. Some like a woman rejected a guy because of age, based on age, and they say both of them are the same age. I think somebody asked the question, what do you call sugar? Why would age be a criteria? Why would age be a problem for the girl? Or you hear might accept the guy. You know, the guy was also reluctant. You talk to a woman, it's up to the woman to accept and say yes. But the guy was open in the platform and said, I am 28. The guy said, the girl said she's 28, and the girl was interested to know the guy's age. So much of the guy wants your age. The guy has said, I'm not going to at the same age. The guy said, no. So I was surprised. Because sometimes and with a lot of criteria, sometimes on our age, sometimes on our complexion, sometimes on our height, you know. Sometimes on a woman wine I told you Diego.
That's the point.
But let me tell you the funniest part. Now, most guys now they are lazy. They are looking for a girl that have something serious.
Money, yes.
Because you are looking for the lazy ones.
I'm not looking for a lazy one.
See, let me tell you, there are some people that you see their wedding picture that is getting married. They say, nah, what is this small boy doing with this elderly person? But when you now look deep down, you see that maybe the person is working, maybe the lady is having a good job, even more than the guy that is getting married.
But you know, some people have some people have talent in lazy guys. So open a Chineke on the lazy guys. Why are you rejecting them?
Sugar. Maybe we'll go speak English because we have a Cameroonian in our midst. She will not be understand. No, but then we'll give her the benefit of speaking.
Okay,
English.
Cameroonian. How are you, my sister? Yeah. Greetings. You look very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome to the platform.
Yeah. So what's the topic all about?
The topic is today's topic is about ladies. How many years are you going to date a guy before the guy will propose?
Okay.
So that is the topic for today.
Well, okay, let me just say something really brief. Well, I think my own rules and regulation is that if I'm with a guy 6 months and it's a relationship, it's dating, it's not proposal, like it's not courtship yet, it's dating. So you guys might date for as long as you wish, but for me, if I'm with a guy 6 months, after 6 months, and I don't see it to be a fruitful relationship, I just have to quit. Because looking at the age and how things go, how things get to enroll, I'll not want to waste my time dating a guy knowing so well we're not going to end up.
But for example, when you have time, why you don't take that decision when there is a time to date a guy for 1 year or 2?
Okay, yeah, that's dating. Like I said, each and everybody, you have your own objective. You know what you want in life, and you're giving your time. You're giving yourself the time frame. My objective might not be your objective. And in every objective, you have a goal. You have you have a time at which you want to accomplish that objective. So it depends on the individual. If you want to stay in that relationship for as long as possible, well, it's all up to you. But for me, if I'm with somebody, maximum 6 months, and if I don't see anything, like if it's not lucrative, I'm sorry, I quit. I quit that relationship.
Okay, what if the guy is not buoyant within that 6 months? So yes, the guy likes you, he wants to get married to you. You guys are cutting, and at the point after 6 months, he made a proposal, and you found out that he doesn't have money. So what would be your decision?
Let me say this. I'm not saying the guy should propose within the 6 months. I see your level of seriousness within that. There's something. If you want me to be with you, you should give me a reason to. I can't be there when there is no reason. I see no reason being in that. That's why if I want to be with a guy, there are things I look at. I don't look at the financial aspect. It's not so much of my thing. What interests me is, one, God-fearing. Second, he must be hardworking. He must be a man a man with a vision, and a man with objectives. And what actually triggers me is how hard you work to achieve these objectives. Once I see those things, finance is not the problem. I know this guy is up to something. I know this guy is actually hardworking. You might not have everything. You might have the brains, you might have what it takes to make the money, but maybe you don't have the finances. What you need is someone to push you, or you need someone to encourage you, So when you meet such a person, I don't think you should leave the person because he doesn't have the finances. No, I shouldn't force you into marriage. No. But what I'm trying to say is, if I meet such a person and I see how serious you are and how committed you are, I know with this person there's a future. So I can stay in there, I can hang in there, like knowing we are going somewhere. But you don't expect me to keep the relationship going when you can't when I know the outcome, the end of it's not going to be good, then I'm just being stupid.
Have
you
you
know,
heard
and
of
I'm a
a
lady.
saying? Have you heard of a saying that says, you can never know a person except when he has money. You can never know a guy because, you know, poverty, when a guy doesn't have money, he would tend to be very low.
You tend to be very loyal, trust me. But there are things through which
you can never
you can know
people
someone.
except when they have money. I don't know if you
Exactly,
get what
but you
I'm saying.
cannot be as loyal to 100%. Trust me. You can always get to know someone. Yeah. You can always get to know who is for real, who is faking, and who is not.
Well. For me, like you are saying, based on your personal opinion and personal wants.
Yeah.
And I will only take 80% of everything you've said to be real, to be possible. You know, then you cannot really determine somebody who is fake. Situation changes man. You know, whatever situation a man finds himself, that's the situation he adapts to. So
I don't know if you're getting my point.
Yeah, we got your point.
What I'm trying to say is, if I'm giving the guy 6 months, after 6 months, if I see this guy to be someone, you know, he meets up to what I expect, what I want, why wouldn't I be with him? You get my point? What is the essence of causing this guy forcing him to engage you when you know willfully he's not financially stable, or will I say financially ready to marry, to actually do the other rights, you know? It's of no use. But we are talking, what you guys are saying actually is that you are in a relationship. How long can you be in a relationship before courtship? This is not all about courtship. Because for me, courtship should be maximum 6 months. If you engage me, I give you 6 months to make things right. If you can make things right, I'm out.
All right, okay. Let me allow that to contribute.
You know, making things right. Excuse me. Making things right depends on finances. You know.
Yeah.
If the guy is not buoyant enough, how
Then
can
don't
you make
engage
things
me.
right?
Then don't engage me. Don't engage me. I can't be the Lord of the Rings. No, don't engage me.
You know, you cannot be Lord of the Rings. But what I'm trying to say,
don't engage me.
No, what I wanted to ask is, you know, I understand vividly what you were saying, but sometimes it tends to be desperation on the woman's part. You know, you meet a woman, you know, it tends to be desperation because, for instance, I met you and I started talking to you. I tell you I like you, and at the point you tell me if I'm married. I said no. You say, are you married? You said no. But at the point you say you are looking for a man who will marry you. Isn't that what you would tell me?
No.
You want something serious? No. You would tell me you want something serious.
For sure. Anyone wants something serious.
No. But definitely you must have to call a spade and not an instrument of war. You have to spell it A and B. You have to spell it in capital letters. So what I'm saying, you know, in today's relationship, you know, you just get to start talking with somebody. A lot of people here must have liked you, and they want to have personal discussion with you, and they'll have your number, and you start discussing with the person. They're not discussing with you because somebody will just want to be your friend. The way you communicate with the person will not determine the interest the man will have in mind. Okay. Sometimes not the way a man appear or a woman appear, is the way she reasons. Hey, I want to marry a woman like this, or I want to marry a man like this. But when you talk with the person, you find out that the person doesn't want it. Are you getting me? He doesn't want it. Now, what I'm trying to ask you is, won't you see it, or how would you feel when a man is already telling you, I want to marry you, because he knows that's what you want, and you accept that he wants to marry. After 6 months, you didn't have them. You're already deeply in love with the person, and you find out that you're almost spending 1 year or 2 years, yet nothing happened. Because sometimes you can control your emotions from at the initial point, but not when you get to the middle.
Yeah. Okay, let me say this. I can never, and what I advise if a lady should walk up to me and ask me seek for advice from me, I would say this: I would never assist a man in, when we talk of marriage has to do with paying of bride price. That's the most important thing, right? And if a man doesn't have money to pay my bride price, there are some people, there are some families, you can tell them, like, okay, this is the little I have. If that guy is serious, he's going to work hard to get some money. This is the little I have. Okay, this is what I can afford. I think I'll be owing you guys. It's possible that families that get to accept such. Now, if you meet such a family, yes, you can owe them, you can owe your in-laws. It's possible. No, because I as a lady, I can never, as in never, help my husband to pay my bride price. That is a hell no. Never. Because that's the most important thing. I can help him in the tradition. Actually, for us, if I'm getting married as a girl, the traditional marriage, actually, my family gets to sponsor the traditional marriage. The guy can only support. The white wedding, actually, the guy and the girl are to do the white wedding together, you know. But when it comes to the bride price, you're the guy, you have to pay that single-handedly. And now, if you don't have money, it's either you talk with the girl's family, and if you can give what you have, and later on you complete that, or you take your time. If the girl can accept, you guys should wait, and for you to hustle and gather some money to pay her bride price. Good. If you cannot, if the girl says she can't wait for you, then fine. You guys break up. It means she knows it depends on what she wants. But if you guys truly love yourself, the girl can go to her family, talk things out with her family. The guy can approach that girl's family, presenting what he has. So,
but bride price is not usually expensive. At least I know some people, you can pay with any amount of money. You can pay in terms of Nigeria, you can pay with like 5,000, 10,000, depending. So paying bride price is not going to be difficult for any guy.
Then what's going to stop the guy? Because that is the initial marriage, bride price, and you guys go to court and you go to church. What else? What is difficult in that?
Yeah, it's not difficult. It's not difficult.
Okay.
It's not, but at times it's not only paying bride price. Some guys might have the 5,000 to pay the bride price. Maybe the guy is not yet maybe ready to keep a woman in a home.
Then he should not be ready to have a girlfriend. Then he should go and wait. Let's be serious here. The guy should go wait. He should stop keeping someone's daughter. Like, what is he trying to do? Are we in the days of before Christ where we have slaves who get to capture? No, he should not be practicing Lord of the Rings on a girl. Never.
My sister, you have spoken well, and there is areas I want to comment. Okay, you are saying something about bride price and the husband helping, wife helping, and all that. But what of in a scenario whereby young ladies of nowadays?
I really appreciate what you're saying, but you are being so blunt about it. You are being so blunt. For me, I feel like this is not. There's no formula. There's no particular formula to coexist or to be in a relationship with anybody. Are you getting me? The first formula I know is choices. What do I like in a woman, and what the woman like in a man? I like him. He's tall, he's dark. Every other thing that you are saying, you are being blunt about it. In as much as I know, because you sound like someone who already have an experience. So we are learning from you anyway. We are learning from you.
Something. Before you walk up to a lady, I believe she's your choice. That's why I say I don't like boys. A boy is different from a man. A man knows what he needs.
Let me hold you on there.
Okay.
You see, sometimes I must tell you, I'm speaking on behalf of any other guy.
Okay.
Do you know there's a particular dress a woman will wear? A man will get so much convinced. Not as if the woman is 100% my choice. But because I love the dress and the girl put on that day, the way she tied her hairstyle, the way she made up, the way she put her eye pens. In fact, the way you glow will make a man walk up to you.
Not a man, a boy. Sorry.
I said a man walk up to you.
No, a boy. That's a boy. That's not a man.
You see why I'm saying you are being so blunt?
I'm being realistic and I'm being so honest. Yeah. I'm being so.
I believe you are being realistic, but I'm trying to.
That's a boy. That's not a man. There's a difference between a man and a boy. A boy goes for wants. A man has a need. A man has a need, and just men get married. A boy doesn't marry, no, because he's still in the.
Are you saying that every guy that walks up to you is walking up to you because you are single or because he wants to get married to you? That's another question.
When you have a woman, you have to go for the woman.
See, let me tell you something. As a woman, when you are a woman, a guy approaches you. It's easy for you to know if this is a guy or this is a man. Well, yeah, that happens with me, If a male approach me, if we talk, I will know if this is a man or this is a boy. A man has needs, a boy has wants, and a boy doesn't marry, a man marries. Marriage is not for boys and girls, it's for a man and a woman, trust me. Even if we should go back to the Bible, it has to do with a man and a woman, and not with a boy and a girl. So if you're a guy, you're coming in like you want to marry this girl, you want to be with this girl, she tells you everything. Then you come up, you say, okay, you can pay the bride price, but for you guys to be together, you have other things to do with. You are not ready. So why do you walk up to that lady in the first place when you are not ready? So if a guy should walk up to you, he's not ready, you the girl, help this guy go away. Stop wasting your own time and playing around. And so maybe the demand for you is just by the side, but you say no because you're holding on to this crazy guy.
This sounds to me like a contract, Hey, come.
Never.
But it's like a contract. No, yeah, because I think it's an emotional thing. Like I said, you have to be polite about it. You have to be polite about it.
In as much it has to do with emotions, we don't love just with our heart, we love with both the heart and the head. You understand? You love with both the heart and the head. Please. You guys shouldn't get things twisted. No.
From your own perspective, the relationship has to do with two people. That's your own side and the other person's side. The way you feel it, the other side might not feel it like that. Even Bible says that can two work together unless they agree. That's Amos 3:3. So you look at it from your own side, the other person look at it from the other side. And that's why when you can have spirits, some people feel it as M, some people feel it as E, while some other people feel it as E. Even you have 9, some people feel it as 6, some people feel it as 9, and while the other people feel it as G.
No.
So there's different perspectives to life. And talk about the relationship issue. We have something we call fiancé and fanboy. Fiancé, fanboy. So there's some relationship that even people who believe they are not matured enough. When we are matured enough, even from boys to girls, it leads to man and woman. Exactly. Then from there you begin to graduate till you reach the level you want it to be. That's why even when you want to build skyscrapers, you need to start with a strong foundation. And from foundation, know where you are going to.
Let me not get too short. Excuse me. Can you be like in your 30s and you want to start building such a foundation? Like, what do you think you're doing? Are you becoming ancient of days? What is driving you? Like, you are in your 30s and you want to start being with, let me say you're a girl, you want to start dating a boy, for the boy to become a man, to transit from being a boy to a man.
At times, so some people come with a good intention at the beginning, but along the line, you see them misbehave. They will show you.
some people will come with a serious face at the beginning of the relationship, and before you know, at the mid, you see them misbehaving, and you begin to wonder, why is it the same person I met at the initial stage? What of that one?
What of the person who gets to misbehave? Okay, one thing you should know is when you are accepting to go through that part of life, you don't just focus on one thing. That's you prepare yourself. Anything can happen. That's just it. And if you walk into that with such a mindset, I think you're going to overcome that, because you already know you're not just going to make bed of roses there. No, anything can happen in there. But like I said, conclusively, for my own part, if it's courtship, if you guys can date for as long as you want, depending on the individual. But when it has to do with courtship, it's 6 months. But if it's dating before marriage, you guys can date for as long as you want. But for me, or to me, if I'm with a guy, we start dating after 6 months. I don't see certain things in you. I won't say we should marry after 6 months. Hell no. I don't think I know you that well for us to marry just like that after 6 months. But there are certain things I should be able to see in you that's going to keep me going. That's going to keep me staying there, holding on to the relationship, which I know is going to lead up to marriage.
Within that,
what are the things you need to see? Things like what?
I think I listed them. All I need, first of all, if I can see someone, I want to see if this guy is ambitious, if this guy got a vision, and if he's working hard towards the achievement, towards achieving, working hard to achieve his objectives. I'm in. You must not be financially stable for me to say, okay, fine, let's date. No. It's not all about finances. It's not all about physical appearance. No.
But excuse me, sister, have you realized that sometimes a woman pushes a man to if you love a man, because what I'm telling you is that this is about emotions.
Yeah.
It's not don't sound too blunt, though you are being realistic. Don't sound as if it's a contract thing. Where because he said he must marry you, then if he didn't see reason why he must marry you, you walk away.
To an extent, do you know marriage is a contract? To an extent, do you know? Because if the person doesn't agree, if it doesn't meet up to certain of your demands or your criteria, you won't accept such a person. So to an extent, it's a contract. Let's try to think.
There's a difference. You can see those qualities in the guy. Maybe the guy has an ambition and everything. Maybe when the guy gets there, he might change. He might decide not to marry the person again.
That is why I give you 6 months. When you get there, you might change. How? After the marriage, for sure, people do. Myself, I'm not perfect. I'm not. I can change any time. So my mind is prepared. Reason why I give you 6 months to see if this relationship is progressing, we can date from there and know, okay, I can keep being with this person. I can keep being in a relationship.
You forgot that this 6 months is for the two guys, it's for the two of you. You are only saying on your own.
Myself first, let me tell you, when there's heartbreak, one person is heartbroken. No, please, let's be realistic here.
But then I'm trying to tell you that these 6 months you are saying that you are trying the guy is also trying you. Okay?
To date you and not to marry.
Everybody has their likes and their dislikes. I want you to don't forget that. Everybody has their likes. For sure.
If the guy can give me 3 months as well, if I'm not up to what he wants, fine, you should let go. Please. What matters is happiness in here.
You sound somehow rigid.
Exactly.
That means there's no love involved.
No, there's so much love, and so much love, and I'm protecting my heart. I don't want to be heartbroken, and I want the best for me. That's just it.
Everybody wants best. Everybody wants best for him or herself. Don't forget, as you want best for you, the other side wants best for himself.
Excuse me. Can I ask you a question? Have you ever fallen in love with someone before?
Yeah.
As in 100% in love?
Yeah.
Then how long did you date the person before
how long did I date the person?
The person you fell in love with.
What I'm saying, we were together for like actually someone I've known for so many years, you know, and it happened. I was with that person, and that's the only person, because I don't date friends. I don't date my friends. Why? Because I don't make my spec my friend. If you're my spec, you cannot be my friend. So I dated this person 2 months, and I was looking the way things were going. That's someone I've known before, and I was like, I'm sorry, it's not going. You know.
I don't understand what you mean by your spec. Your spec. What do you mean by?
Spec is her kind of a man. That's what she means.
Exactly, my kind of a man. Yeah. My kind of a man. I can't make my kind of a man my friend. No. Because I don't want to cheat on my guy with my friend. No, so I don't do that. So what I'm trying to say is I was with this person, and in the course of I was like, okay, we have been friends, and the person was like, please, I really want to be with you and everything, you know. And I was like, okay, let's see how it goes. Behold, this somebody, he has always adored me, like he loves me so much and everything. And in the course of that, I get to motivate you. Like I earlier said, I'm not after the physical appearance or whatsoever. So I don't see how hardworking you are. I'm sorry, I can't pull on with such a person. I had to quit. Yeah, I had to quit. But before doing that, I had to talk to this person a couple of times. This is it. Please try and, you know, have a vision. Be a man on a mission. But no. So what do you expect from me?
Excuse me. I've heard what you said, talking about a man being hardworking. What of in a scenario whereby your guy is not there with you, and let's say your guy is in another country and you're in another country, so you guys have been in contact with each other.
Experience. I know everything you are saying right here are all about your past experience, and I don't think you're kind of person. Is the kind of person who is really rigid the way you are sounding. It is out of your experience that made you so rigid.
I'm not.
When a very good guy comes along the way now,
no.
All these things he's saying
now,
No, I'm not rigid. I'm a very free spirit person. Trust me. You guys might just conclude, but I'm a very free spirited person.
Are you a French speaking lady?
Well, you refuse to tell us the part of the experience.
Because
it's personal.
Everything, no. There's nothing that's personal. Sorry. Everything is good. I put an end. Why? Because this person wasn't, you know, there's no way. If you know me in person, you will know I'm a kind of a lady that I'm not really moved by what I see and no by what I hear, you know. And I'm very pushful in life. So when I don't need someone by myself, someone who is as lazy or someone who's going to pull me back. No, I need someone hardworking. I need someone man enough. You understand? You being man enough, you know, be decisive, be this kind of a person that you can motivate me, you know. So when you're not, what do you expect from me? I'm sorry.
So I hope no one will interrupt me this time around. There is something I want to ask you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Yeah, in a scenario whereby you are in a relationship with someone, probably the person is not in the same country with you, because you have mentioned the criteria you need in a man: God-fearing, hardworking.
I've learned some things from
you don't know what.
I know, like any other person.
Where is this guy coming from?
And one thing I've come. Yeah, I've learned something from you.
Nurse, please wait. Nurse, wait. Someone is asking her a question. Please.
Oh, I'm not hearing the voice, so I'm not hearing anybody saying something.
Okay, brother, continue. Nurse, please wait.
Talking behind the scene.
Thank you. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, the question is this, because you have mentioned the type of man you need in your life: God-fearing, hardworking. But what if in a scenario whereby the guy is not in the same country with you and trying to keep in touch with you and say, I want to marry you, start doing some things, and you have not lived together to know whether the person have those qualities. So how are you going to cope with that? Maybe after you must have married him and he now bring out his real self, you now realize that.
Okay, let me tell you something. You can never know someone 100%. You know that, right? Even though you guys are together in the same place, you can never know someone 100%. By the time you marry, you see a different.
Oh, where is she? Oh my goodness!
Bring her back. We have to bring her back. Let her come and finish what she has started.
I'm here.
No, what I'm trying to. Good.
So you can never know someone 100%, you know. Now, this is a distant relationship. I think it's the best. Let me tell you something. I prefer a distance relationship than a close relationship. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
What are your reasons?
How would you? Yeah.
My reason is that in a distance relationship, right? When a distance relationship wants to work, it works so well. Why? Because the love is not based on you guys have never seen each other. You know, you've never met physically. So you get to love someone you've never seen, and that love is so intense and it's genuine. And you guys can talk every blessed day, compared to when you guys are in the same town or in the same country, you know. That's why when a distance relationship wants to work, it works 100%. But when it wants to feel, oh my gosh, it feels so well. I really can't explain. But I prefer it because you guys share, you trust one another without knowing, without meeting. You already trust somebody. You love somebody from the bottom of your heart. You won't step out, you tell this person I'm stepping out. Everything you do, you just feel like you are being you learn to be accountable to somebody when you're in a distance relationship. You learn to be accountable, you know, because the person can call you at whatever time, you can just wake up and call you, and where are you on the video call? So you might not have the possibility of lying all the time. You get my point? But at the same time, it's also risky, but I love it. And I can always get to learn to know you better in that distance relationship. You guys will ask me, how will you know this person is hardworking? From the way we talk, you know. I'm not sorry, nobody's illiterate, but I'm not an illiterate. I'm not trying to give credit to myself, but I'm super wise.
Yeah.
And from the way you talk, I can talk with you, and I pick your brains, you know. Actually, what makes me love a man so much is his brain. I love your brain than your physical looks. If you have a cute brain, I'm in, you know. But if you don't have a cute brain, it's a total turn off for me. So when we get to talk, I get to know what drives you. Yeah, I get to know what drives you. And from there, I can tell if this person's like this. And from time to time, relationship, I get to assess my relationship, actually. I can do a 3 months assessment. Every after 3 months, we get to assess the relationship. What have we achieved in this relationship for the past 3 months? And if I don't see any significant achievement, I'm sorry, it's already an X on it, you know. And that's why I said I give 6 months. I always give 6 months to see, okay, after the 6 months, I assess the relationship. We came together, you know. What are the things we've achieved together? Those are things we look at to, like, okay, this person, I think with this person, I have a future. I think with this person, I can have a better future, you know, because during this length of time, we achieved this. It's always important. It's not all about love. You've got to assess your relationship. Trust me, relationship is not all about I love you, I miss you, hell no. You have to you have to build me. I will have to build you. That is why we are partners, because we are there to complete one another. You are half, I am half. You come in to complete the remaining half of me. That is how it's not all about, yes, we need love. Let me say this. There are 3 categories of men. We have 1, the hunter. A husband category. We have 1, the hunter. We have 2, the scavenger. And we have 3, the farmer. The hunter is that one He will meet you. You know, a hunter goes after his prey, right?
Yeah.
He gets his prey. He gets his prey already killed. That is a man a guy will come into your life as a young girl, and you had dreams as a young girl. He will come into your life, but at the end of the day, you've achieved nothing. Those dreams you had, oh, I want to become this, I want to become this. You never become those things. That is a hunter. Why you had to kill your dreams in order to get you. Before meeting you, you were blossoming, you know. But him coming into your life, he had to kill all those dreams. That's a hunter, and that's a no-go area. That is not a husband material. The second category is the scavenger. You know, scavengers feed on carcass, they feed on dead things that don't have life. You know, that is a man who comes to your life, and he will not help, like earlier said, he will not help you grow in no way. Oh, you don't need to be an influential lady. You don't need to work. You don't need to be a doctor. I've made it already. I have the money to take care of you. Sorry to say this, most Igbo men have this mentality. My wife shouldn't do anything. I've made it for us. Hell no. You as a lady, you've got your dreams. You've got your dreams, and you've got to achieve your dreams. So the scavenger comes and kills those dreams, just like the hunter. And that is a no-go area. That is not a husband material. The third category is a farmer. Oh yes, that farmer comes into your life. You know, a farmer nurtures seeds to maturity. You know that, right? He nurtures that plant to maturity. He gets to water the seed. He takes a seed. That is, he takes you from nothing. You are a seed. You have these potentials in you. He starts growing you. He plants you. He nurtures you. He waters you every day. That he encourages you, you know. And there comes a time where he gets to expose you to the sunlight. That's when after nurturing you, sending you to encouraging you, go back to school. Yes, you can do this. Don't give up. You can become this. You can become that. I believe in you. And from there, you see, this lady becomes someone to tell you, I was nothing, but when I met this guy, he helped me become who I am today. You know, so that is a husband material.
Sorry, please, can you tell me your name again? What's your name?
I'm Tabitha.
What?
Well, call me Dorcas.
Okay, how old are you? Sorry.
Wow. So much to guess.
You are 28.
We can guess. I'm 42 years old, so we want to know your age.
Someone almost. Who said something?
Yeah, it's me here.
Add one to that.
29.
Minus one to it.
Oh my goodness.
27.
Okay, now you are saying something. You are saying something about husband, hunter, farmer.
I'm 20. I'm actually 29. Yeah.
Yeah, you're saying something about hunters, scavengers, farmers. Does it mean that it must only be a man who will be all those things, or women doesn't need to be those?
I said the hunter and the scavenger is not a husband potential. It's not a husband material. A farmer is
also applicable to women too.
Yes, for sure.
So you have to say wife material at the same time, okay?
For sure.
No, let me keep it. When you are looking at
no, she's a lady. She has to talk about a man.
When you are looking at your own side alone, the equation will not balance. You should look at the two sides.
Exactly.
When you are looking at your own side,
brother, as a lady, she has to talk about a man.
Yes.
It's not left to men to talk about a lady. What they want in a lady.
I'm not castigating the men, please.
In a man, yes.
So,
yeah, because women are more vulnerable. That's the truth. But though recent times, you know, men become so, you know, you guys know men suffer a lot now in marriages. Yes. They go through hell in the hands of women. I'm sorry to say this, but my ladies, you guys are treating our men so poorly. It's not good. Men go through hell nowadays. It's heartbreaking. There are so many men suffering, but they keep silent. Yeah, they keep quiet. They can't talk, and they're not talking. That's
which country are you? I will give you ticket to come to Australia. I will invite you. For saying this.
You have to come where I am. Don't be going there.
See Hunter, so they are hunting.
Okay. On the issue of farmer, that farmer, let me say something.
Yeah.
No, we have different type of farm. The farming, let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Some they have poultry. Some do they do the cultivate the vegetable and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, what of those people that they farm to eat they will make sure they nurture that seed very well. When they get to a particular point, then they take it away.
For sure, listen. In everything
they achieve.
In everything you do, it's for your own benefit.
Do you get my own personal experience? Can I share from my own personal experience? Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
All those three categories you itemized, I clearly understand them. As in, you see, experience at times counts in relationship. Now, in a situation whereby a guy is very committed and serious with a lady, and along the line, you sense some things happening along the line. A guy well committed, and they always forfeit him. I notice when you see a serious guy with a lady, they always forfeit him. Now, you're serious with a lady to the extent that you register a company for a lady, you make sure you give her everything she wants. You take care of her, you channel her in the right path to follow. But at the end of the day, you see the same lady following another guy.
Okay, let me tell you something.
So
do you know some men are the cause of their heartbreaks? Do you know that? Women, this lady, because you guys go for what? You go for these flashy ladies. Oh, she's beautiful, but she's got no character. She's a gold digger. Listen, and that is it. You want something beautiful. She's already made by somebody. What do you expect? You have to go and maintain that, So now you guys go for the already made woman. She has things and she shows you the signs. Yeah. She shows you the signs.
Raw now. I'm talking about raw, not already made one. When you work on
raw. Let me say this.
Yes, at the point you're supposed to be reaping what you have sown, then they just disappear.
Okay, fine. This is it. You should know when you want to date a lady, you are genuine. You are about investing in that lady. A lady, we say a lady can pretend, but if a lady loves you, she loves you genuinely. She can only love one man. That's one thing with a lady, with women. A woman can love just one man,
No, that is true.
Now,
that is true.
If a lady is with you, it's easy. Sometimes to some people, it's easy to know if this lady is into you, or she's not. Because a lady, she never gets to. I know ladies can pretend. They can so pretend. Oh my God, ladies can so pretend, and that's so bad. Please, my ladies, you girls should not do such to good men.
Correct.
A girl will never ask you the source of your income. She never gets to show you interest. Like, babe, where is this money coming from? Babe, I think you're so much spending. Babe, I think there's this business idea I got. Why don't we try to invest in this? Babe, I think we should do this. If there is never a we or us in her vocabulary, please, Bikono, let that girl go. Okay, let that girl go. She's not yours, because she never gets to see a we or an us. She never gets to use that. Let her go. She's not for you, because there's never an I. Just I am myself. Me and myself. Never. It's not possible. That girl's not for you. Don't try to hold on to that. No, don't try to trust me. There's something. The greatest mistake we do, the greatest fear is the fear of the unknown. You're scared of letting her go, thinking you will not get someone better than her. Hell no. Trust me, you do yourself good by letting her go. Because unless you let her go, then will the right girl come in. Because you have one heart. You know, let her go and let your rightful woman, let the right lady occupy her rightful space. So stop trying to hold on to a girl who is going to keep on giving you heartbreaks. You know so much she's giving you tough times, but you're there. Why? Because, oh, I so much love her. I so much love this girl. Look at her beauty, her this, her that. Because you're short-sighted. You're short-sighted. Trust me.
But
give yourself time.
There's something we have not talked about. There's something that we have not talked about since. What of the aspect of the spirituality of it, of the whole thing?
Okay, that is
the aspect of the spirituality. Because there's something you don't see with the physical eye. Some people will pretend.
Reason why you should be God-fearing. Marriage, see, a successful marriage is that marriage that has to do with the fear of God. You know, when especially the man has a fear of God, it's not an easy thing to get a wife. It's a difficult thing to get a wife, trust me, because it entails a lot for God to direct you to the right person, not the perfect person. Hell no, there's no perfect human being, but there's a right human being, a right partner for you.
For the person that God directed you to, the person might not be a perfect one. So in that case,
there's no perfect person.
Categorize them based on your
brother.
Yes,
brother. Let me ask you something. But you know that God cannot come down on earth and directed you to someone.
Exactly.
I understand what. Exactly. But what I'm saying is that at times you even if God directed you to somebody that's not perfect and doesn't have all these categories, in that case, what do you want to do?
Why are you there? Why are you going there? You know that's not God's will.
What I discovered that in this issue of the relationship, the aspect of spirituality matters most. Even when you see some people can carry Bible from today to tomorrow. You see them in front row in the church. They can attend all the programs, but inside them that's why Bible said out of the abundance of it, as if evil is food inside them. Because along the line you begin to realize some things. Some will pretend to love you even more than you even think.
Church is not being a child of God. Christianity is not church, please.
Yeah, everything is not. God cannot direct you to someone. You have to find your wife. You have to find the person, because God said He who findeth a wife. God did not say I will find a wife for you. He said He who findeth. So you have to do it by yourself. Only you know what you want.
Excuse me. You said Christianity is not a church. What is Christianity?
Listen. You should know this. It's not. That's what. It's not church. You know. It's a ministry is in you. The ministry is in you. A church is just where we go to gather and and we are being furtherly explained certain things, the deepness. We are just there to share. En français, on va dire partager la parole de Dieu. We are there to share the word of God, and not to go. How will I put this? And not to go receive Christ, because the ministry is in us. We walk with Christ. We walk with ministry. Church is just that building. Church is just the building. And now, Christianity is lived. It's a lifestyle, and it's not church. It's not how often you go to church carrying a big Bible. It's a lifestyle. You wake up in the morning, you need to brush up, you need to shower, you need to dress, you need to smell good. It's a lifestyle. And when it's a lifestyle, it becomes enjoyable, and it cannot be fake. Trust me. So it entails a lot. That's why the Bible says we need to, as Christians, as children of God, as sons of God, we need the spirit of discernment to be able to discern which is right.
Most of our Nigerian ladies, they do make this mistake. Maybe when they see a man or something like that, they will now go and ask their pastors, Pastor, is this one my husband?
I've
Or
been faced with that.
guys.
Now you are
I've
getting
been
what I'm
faced with
saying.
that.
Even
the guys, they will go and ask their pastors, is this girl my wife? How can your pastor be your wife?
I've had couple of men of God walking up to me.
They are spiritual father. As you can tell your biological father that this is what you want to do, you can swear tell them. You can carry them along.
I've had men of God walking up to me, telling me I'm their wife, you know, and I told them, if God told you that, fine, no problem. I don't deny it. I don't dispute that fact. I will pray to God. If God should show it to me as well. So that is it.
As you can tell your biological father that this is what you want to do, you can swear tell them. You can carry them along.
I've had men of God. Okay, I think I've spoken so much.
Why, you know?
Let me give room for others to talk.
If God should told you that, fine, no problem. I don't deny it. I don't dispute that fact. I will pray to God. If God should show it to me as well. So that's it.
As you can tell your father that this is what you want to do, you can swear tell them.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hello. Okay. Let me give space for others to talk.
No, you don't have to go because I have some words for you.
Okay.
So I actually have been listening to the conversation, and you sound intelligent, which is really nice. I'm married myself, and I have a word for you. The truth is, like the other man said, you sounded so blunt. You sounded, highly, knowledgeable, which is cool. But I want to say this.
Okay.
There isn't a formula to staying married.
For sure.
That's one. There isn't a formula. Sometimes when you go with your human knowledge, you could be shocked. Because the truth is, in marriage, you don't even know what you would expect sometimes. Because sometimes you have a different notion going in, but when you get in, there's actually, I'm sorry, hold on. Let me get my second device out. 1 second.
Okay. But I wasn't talking about in marriage, actually. That's why I said, I made a statement. Going to marriage, you have to prepare your mind. Anything can happen in there. What I was trying to say.
Excuse me. Allow others to make their own points. Then you can reciprocate. She's coming with a you have said a lot, and people listen to you. So you give other people opportunity to reciprocate. Then you can reply back. You understand what I'm saying? So the conversation, we get to understand one another. All right?
Yep.
So, okay. So I'm sorry about that. I think the feedback was from my background. So I just took that out. So like I was saying, right? There isn't no formula in marriage. In most cases, when we get into marriage, what you actually had planned out doesn't play out in life, okay? But we go in with a lot of expectations. We go in with, most especially, the ladies, ladies who are, highly educated, we go in, like for me, when I got into marriage, trust me, it was something else. So it's just like, planning out a game that, okay, this is the tactics, how you want to play it. And when you get in there, remember, this is marriage involves two people, the man and the woman, okay? So these are two people coming in from two different backgrounds, okay? With various experiences, okay? Various vision. And now they're trying to merge in marriage, okay? So in so many cases, what will actually play out might not even be, it might be totally different. And in that case, you now have to what? Re-strategize and try as much as possible to work with your partner. That is where, coming with a lot of compromise, trying to, be compatible with your partner. That is where it comes in. And again, there's a place of spirituality too. There's a place of God. There's a place of, your knowledge in God, and that person's knowledge in God comes to play in. Then there was a time that you talked about, the person's brain and all that. I'm an engineer, okay? And when I wanted to get married, my partner, he's at that speed. But the truth is, if that person is not spiritually compatible with you, sexually compatible with you, you guys will fall out of place, even though your brain might be compatible. So it's a whole lot involved in this. It's good to acquire all this knowledge. It is good to fantasize. But the truth is, marriage in actual life is not a fairy tale. It is not a fairy tale. It takes God to remain in marriage, because the truth is, it will get to a time, the same man that you felt, okay, he's very smart, he's cute, he's all that thrilled you off your feet. You understand? That man may, at the end of the day, fail you. That man may change, because one thing that is very constant is change. Okay? It gets to a time in marriage where it even gets tiring. You understand? And you guys will now have to reinvent the wheel. You guys will now have to go back to the drawing board. What attracted you guys to each other? Then with God too, with two of you growing one another, your career, your sexual life, your financial life, your every aspect. But the truth is, there is no manual to marriage. There is no manual. And there is no knowing it all in marriage, because it takes two to tango. What you think you know, the other person might not be apart, even if you guys were apart at the beginning. And that is why marriage is hard work. It's hard work. Trust me, it's a lot of work. So you both have to continue to learn, unlearn. You think, like, for some people who think, okay, like for me, let me use myself as an instance. I think I know it all. Getting into marriage, man, I have to unlearn a lot of things. I have to unlearn and relearn. The same thing too with my spouse. We have to keep learning one another. And another thing, tolerance. Tolerance has to also play. You understand? There's no one size fits all. What is good for this marriage A, that might work for marriage A, might not work for marriage B. Okay? It might not work for marriage C. So, like I said, going back to, what I said, it's good, like the Bible said, when the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? So, you both have to be all round improving on yourself. Your career, you have to improve on it. Your body too. Like a lot of our women that would think, okay, because I'm in it, I've secured the ticket, I just, leave myself. No, you have to keep working. While you're working, your spouse is also working. So it's a whole lot. So that is just all I have to.
I have a question for you. Madam. You made mention of marriage is tiring at some point.
Yes.
And when it's tiring, you go back to the drawing board. Now this is the area where there's a lot of problem. Some people doesn't wait to go back to the drawing board. Before you get to the drawing board, the other person must have gone her own way. That is the real truth today. Some marriage doesn't last 3 months, some doesn't last 2 months, some latest 1 year, because of tolerance. Some of them, do you know who I am? All those kind of things. So what I'm trying to ask is, what is the efficacy? What is the next thing? Because I initially said there is no formula to relationship. There's no everybody can build up his own formula. What matters is tolerance. Now, for people who doesn't understand that marriage is tiring, it's a very strong point, and you have to have that at the back of your mind before you go. But I know before you last for like 3-4 years, the marriage will come unbalanced, just like our Nigerian roads. When you are driving, some areas are very, very bad. You know, you will say, oh, I don't like this journey. I'm not enjoying this journey. But when you must have gone far and you find out that the road is smooth ahead. So what is the next line of action when the other person must have gone? Because I have a friend of mine who was once married. Just giving, apart from my question, this myself, I have a friend of mine who was once married, and this guy is a contractor. He gets jobs, when contractors, they don't have steady money. As an engineer, project managers, where they get contract, they will have money. And he wanted a woman who has a job. And this guy went ahead and married this girl. And the girl was living somewhere in Europe, and the girl got married to him. And at the end of the day, after marriage, the girl stopped her job. Suddenly, the girl was already pregnant. And this guy's job couldn't continue. So some people were saying, some prophets or some pastors will say, when a woman is pregnant, things will not move well for the guy again. Or when you have a boy child, things will be hard. Or if you have a girl, those kind of formulas people usually bring up.
Superstition.
So things became tough for the guy. The guy had to start selling some of his properties. Even to pay rent was difficult. And this young man was always making emphasis that what the wife does, instead of bringing the spiritual aspect of what the marriage should have been for, what the woman does is waking up midnight to go to her husband's phone to see who he calls and who doesn't call him, and who he chats and who doesn't chat him. All those things poisoned the lady's heart. Are you getting me? To a point that even when the young man is saying, why are you not prayerful? Why are you not praying for your husband? Why are you not? Because it is prayers that bring this contract. Okay? And the lady is not doing her part. And at the end of the day, they already had a child. And at the end of the day, they couldn't parent. They went to the village. From there, they disengaged. Things, when a man doesn't have money, things will get rough with him. So the man now started blaming the girl. You are the cause of my failure. You are the cause of this and all that. So that is the tiring. That is tiring D. How will I put it? A bit tiring D of the marriage. And at the tiring D, the lady now had to go with the child. Now the guy has started making money after the girl left. After the girl must have told people that my husband is a womanizer. I'm not ready. I'm not continuing the marriage again. In fact, I'm done. Oh, you are done and you have gone. Okay? And after 6 months, the man you left, you never cared. And the man will be calling you to ask about his daughter. You will not pick up his call. After that, they now came back and now realized that, oh, this man has made it. Now they want to come back. What will you say about that?
Well, this is it. Like I summarized in my short speech. Marriage will not be all roses, not a fairy tale. It will come a time where, trust me, the storm of life will hit you guys. You guys have to stay glued to each other. And it comes with willingness on both parties. So at all time in marriage, like she said, like she rightly said, she talked about having a vision. When you guys, from the beginning, when two people come together, they should spell out their individual, like when they are dating, courting, they should, share their vision. This is what I want. This is, they share their vision and they try as much as possible to marry their vision. When they marry their vision, remember what drives them in that marriage is their vision, because they are very determined that this is what we want in that marriage. It takes two I'm not talking about one person. I'm not talking about leaving it to the woman to pray. No. Both have to be willing. If they have to, tackle it with prayers, it has to be two of them. It shouldn't be only the woman praying while the man is not praying. No, both has to be praying, or the man praying, the woman is not praying. So at every point in time, what should drive them should be the vision, the reason for which they have decided to come together and walk together. I would, I would use a scenario here. Marriage is like, the inverted letter Y, meaning that you have letter Y is like this. It comes like this, two lines, inclined lines, coming together. They meet at a point, right? That point of intersection, and they come down, meaning they are working together. Can two work together, like the Bible said, unless they agree? So at the point of that point of intersection, that is the point of agreement. And now they have decided to move ahead and work together. So like you're saying, coming back to what you talked about, the lady was distracted along the way. Remember what happened when, pardon me guys, I'm not a Bible scholar, okay? So I will just recount, some things in the Bible that I can just use to illustrate this.
Okay.
When I think Abraham and Lot, they said, okay, don't look back. They were going in that journey. That woman was distracted. That was why she fell on wayside and she was choked. When you're in marriage, you don't have to be distracted, regardless of what happened. Because the thing is, in life, the storm of life will always come. It will always surely come. But when you are focused on the vision, remember, every vision has a goal attached to it. So when you're focused on that, you know that man, at the end of the day, is going to come with a crown. So whatever it is that comes, the wave, storm of life comes, you guys together have to, when you stay focused, that woman is not going to, get out because the man doesn't have a job. It doesn't mean that somebody who doesn't have a job today wouldn't have a job tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean. It is, these are some of the storms that will come, in life, regardless of whether you're married or not. As a single person, I mean, there are times in our life where we don't have more than enough, like we have, thought of or expected. It's something that is sure, okay? But like you're saying, if the man is willing, like you said, they came together, they're trying to reconcile. Good to hear that. Hallelujah to it. You understand that the man was willing, to accept her back. But the truth is, we all, including myself, life and marriage will always come with a storm. No matter, the storm can come in different ways. The storm could hit, it could hit your finance, like what you just described. It could hit your sexual life. And how do I mean? It could hit your sexual life where maybe at some point in the marriage, maybe your partner's libido start going down. It could hit, your sexual life, maybe the woman, in the course of the marriage, she takes in, she gives birth, and after birth, she start acting some type of way. They call it psychosis, postpartum psychosis. So the woman will start acting like somebody who is crazy. You can't even have sex with her and enjoy it. It will be like a war. So it could hit your marriage in various, angle. It could be your spiritual life that it will hit, whereby you will get into a marriage. Take for instance, some of our brothers or some of our sisters who go into marriage, with the intention that, oh, this my, spouse or partner is a very praying woman or a very praying man. And you get in the marriage like 2 years into it or 5 years into it or some years down the line, the person's spiritual life grow cold. You understand what I'm saying? So that is why all this, you don't, that is what I was trying to tell you, that you don't go into marriage with too much expectation, because marriage trust me, it will knock you off. So you go into it with all openness and open heart, very willing to go through the storm of life, very willing to learn. Don't think, like for me, I'm going to speak to myself. Don't think, okay, I know it all. Be just all open. So that's just my contribution as regards your question. I think the man is gone.
It's not like
thank you, ma. You have spoken well, but because that's the same problem I do have here. Sometimes I ask the Obroni, the Oyibos, that does it mean that the marriage vows we make in Africa is different with the one they make here, which we know we normally say for better, for works, for and all those things. But in the situation whereby when they find themselves into that difficulties or that challenges, they decide to. Now, my question that I want to like us to say something on that is, some of us, we are saying that marriage is a contract, which I strongly disagree. So what can you say about that? Can we say marriage is a contract? Because if it is a contract, when things doesn't work well, both of you can discontinue and leave and share what you have. So I want us to, say something about that.
Oh, okay. Let me take that questions. Madam, let me come in. Let me take that question. Okay. For me, I'm of the view that marriage is a contract and at the same time a union. Okay, it is a contract in the sense that, contract is an agreement whereby two individuals agree on something before coming into it. Okay, contract meaning you don't have to bring religion into it. You understand me? I don't want to talk in an African context or Nigerian context, because when we talk about contract in Nigerian context, we bring in religion into it. But when it comes to marriage, I know you can never separate religion from marriage. They're interwoven. But one thing is clear, marriage is contract, at the same time a union. You understand me? The only thing I see, and the reason why I call it contract is this: in a contract, you can amend contract. You can amend contract when it is no longer going very well or viable for both individual or group that's involved. You try to adjust. Okay, and that's actually what marriage is. Marriage, when you come into marriage, you understand, how am I supposed to put it? When you meet someone at the initial stage, you like that person, or you might not like the person. But as time goes on, you find out that there is something you're seeing in that person. Okay, let me use a bean seed. Let me use plants to explain this. When you want to farm, you first of all, prepare your land where you're going to plant. You till it, try to nurture the place, make the land very soft, see how viable the place is. Then you plant your bean seed. When you plant that bean seed, after 3 days, it's going to germinate. And when it starts germinating, remember, unwanted weeds will start, sprouting too. So what do? You remove the unwanted weeds and keep on nurturing the bean seed, which you wanted to bear fruit. This is actually how marriage is. Remember, at the initial stage, you might not like that beans when it's growing, but you're going to nurture it, nurse it, and do the necessary things to make it bear flower before the seed will start coming out. This is actually how marriage is. And at the same time, remember, there are some things that might come in which you might not like. What do you now do? You have to renew those things. You understand me? You have to renew those things by trying to think back how sweet the whole relationship or whatever it is used to be. You don't just see things like your woman, the body will change. The man's body might change, but it's not going to be like that of your woman, because something is going out of them when they start bearing children. But at the same time, I blame women in some aspects. You understand me? This is why I call it contract, because you need to keep on knowing what your man wants and what your woman wants. Are we following?
Yeah.
Good. You need to know what your man wants and what your woman wants. You need to check okay, is this thing that you used to like, probably all the coffee buddies and things like that. I'm not talking in terms of beauty, as they say that the beauty is in the hand of in the eye of the beholder. You know. So, but if your woman is no longer what you think it is, you need to advise. You need to tell her. You need to let her understand that. See, I don't like this. I don't like this anymore. It is not like this. It's not like that. This is how I want it to be, but not by changing that person. You know, is by saying what you want, and then both of you will dialogue, because relationship, just like a contract, is dialogue. That's why it is a union of two people. It doesn't have to be domineering. I am an Orthodox African man, but still I'm not a male chauvinist. You know, so I rest my case at this point. So let someone else contribute.
Okay. Thank you, sir, and well said. Marriage is a contract, okay? But there's a but to it. The but is that because first, I'm going to start with what a contract is. A contract is, like he said, an agreement between two parties, okay? But the difference in it being a contract is that a contract, the terms and condition is spelled out before going in. Is different in marriage. Even though it's a contract because it is legalized, that is what makes it a contract. But in the real sense of it, what is spelled out in that document is not what plays out in the marriage itself. So at that point in time, that contract definition becomes null. Okay? So, but remember, marriage is a contract. So you said something that does it mean that what we have back home is actually different from what we have here. The truth is that marriage is the same, regardless of where it is. Marriage is the same. Trust me. I live in a white neighborhood, and I can tell you, marriage is sweet. When you see, two people who are willing to be in it. You understand? So I understand, there's a whole lot of, I would say misinformation out there that thinks, okay, maybe what we have back home is more solidified than what we have here. No. It depends on the two parties involved. And that is why I said, what works for Mr. A does not work for Mr. B. There's no definition to this. There is no I be professor in this. No. In nothing work.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I agree with you. I have a question. I have a question. But can marriage last without love?
Yes.
Can I take that? I take that?
I said, can marriage last without love?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
I would like us to take what we call the clarification of concept here. You see, the concept of love, when it comes to marriage, it's being misunderstood and being misused by so many people. You see, what we call love, I call trust. What we say, understand this, what we call love, I call it trust. Because I'm a sociologist, but I'm telling you this. You can love 1, 2, 3 people. Believe me, take it or leave it. You can love 5 people. Let me give you an example. You might like him because of the way.
Equally.
Okay.
Is
what you call, when you say equally, excuse me, when you say equally, that is relative. Because there is nothing you can like equally. But it can be equally, maybe because you like someone because he or she is handsome or beautiful. You might like the other person because of his or her personality. And you like the other person because of the way his gentility or quietness. Okay? But the thing, when it comes to marriage, like what we're saying, when there is trust, it supersedes everything. And this is what I call trust. When I was growing up, believe me, I hate lying, quote and unquote. I don't know if everybody here is married, but I don't know how people say things. But when we were growing up, I do tell my siblings something. If I keep something, I'm a very organized person. If I keep something, and if you take that thing, and I say, hey, I'm looking for this, who took it? Maybe you stole it, and you've used it, or something happened. Just tell me that it's you. I'm gonna get angry, but I'm not gonna be as angry as I would be if everybody is saying I don't know. Just say, okay, is this okay? And when you mention that it's you, I'm just gonna be, why didn't you tell me? You don't have to use it. Okay, let me use another thing to give you an example. I've been with a lady, like when we buy ice cream, I love to buy different flavors, maybe new flavor. And then I bought one, I kept it in the refrigerator. She came in and took the new flavor, and I was keeping it for both of us to taste the new flavor. And she left the previous flavor that we used to buy, and she ate the new flavor. I came back, I was not happy. I said, I was keeping this because I wanted you to have a taste of this. But you took it, you didn't even want to keep for me. Sorry to say this. It's an African. But a white lady, not white, okay, a foreigner, okay, an Asian lady, sorry to say, but that is my own experience. I know it can never be the same. She will never, I was dating both of them at the same time, okay? But before she could take something, she will ask you, can I take your ice cream? Can I eat your egusi soup? I mean, can you imagine your girlfriend asking you if she can take your thing that's supposed to be our thing? But an African lady she will go there and take it. So, like what you asked, let me go back to that.
No, that's our culture. We eat what we belong to our relatives and friends.
Good. So let me go back to your question. You said love. You know, I tend to remove love from relationship. What I tell people is, say, believe in trust, and if you can trust, believe me, you can attain love. When someone asks for it, let me give you another example when it comes to that. If you go out now and toast a woman, and when you come back and they ask you, whose number is this? Oh, it's a guy I met. And what's that? He said he likes me and things like that. Your man would tell you, okay, I don't want this person because I don't believe in competition. You might like this guy because of the way he talks. And proximity, as they say, brings affection. The closer you go to that guy, you know, something will start happening. But because of the trust you have for your man, and you open up, you can curtail it. But when you start lying about that guy, that's when something starts developing, because he will start, you know, liking the guy. And from there, love springs up. That's my own definition of the whole thing.
But you know, like me, what I understand there, like most marriages now crashes because of there's no true love. People marry without no true love. Because I believe that when you marry someone you truly love, you cannot hurt her. Like all this abusive marriage and so on. That's what I believe.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I can come in, please.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
When we talk about, I begin to understand. When we talk about, there's something that we call like, and there's something we call, we have like and we have love.
Love, yeah.
You can like something. It's what you like that you love. There's some when the relationship issue we have, there's some that have the cause of people they are crush. They will tell you that this is my crush, this is my crush, this is my crush, and at the end of it, the crush doesn't lead to anything. So what the whole lot of thing or issue, what I understand is that the other time we are discussing, we talk about the spirit of discernment, to know, for God to give you that spirit to know more about the person you want to deal with. It's just like a business. You are doing business with your partner. You have a good mind towards that person, but the other person have another thing inside, which you don't know. So now, tell me now, at the end, you build it together, you build the business together. It got to a point that you realize that this other person you trust so much have another thing behind him or herself. So you begin to feel disappointed, and that's where the breach of trust comes in. So now, somebody you love, you can go to any length to do something for that person, to defend the person, to guide the person. You can go to any length. But something you can like something and you don't love it. You know it's possible.
Yeah.
You can like it.
No,
likeness is
different from love.
But when you move, that's why I'm trying to different between the two. We have love. At the first sight, you can like it, but when you move closer to it, when you open it, you discover that what you like is just like a book. You see the cover. When you see the cover, you like it so much. Say, this is a book. But by the time you open the book, when you read, even at the first page, you begin to get pissed off with the book, and they're talking about the content and the content of the book. But what I'm saying is that even when you love somebody, when we're talking about love, somebody you love, no matter what happens to the person, you still defend him or her. That because of that love you have, just like what Jesus Christ did for us. He doesn't know of. He died for him.
Yeah.
Come to think of that. So something he doesn't. You can as well. You can ask. I was at the point I was thinking in my life that why can't he can even as well tell them that those people beating him, he can command them, even as they raise up their hand, he can command them for the hand to be still, and they will not be able to even bring it down. He has the power, but because of the love he has for us, and has been ordained for him to pass through that. So and that's where the perseverance comes in. If one cannot persevere, even in the working place, where you cannot, there are some people that you will like some people and they will not like you. You will like them, they will not like you. They will show on their face. You will see love on their face. You will see likeness on their face, but inside them, they are being bittered. Even see you progressing, they are being bittered.
Brother, sorry, we are talking about the love we are talking about is between partners, between a man and a woman.
Husband and wife.
Yeah, husband and wife.
Sorry, please. I'll be going to work very soon. Sorry, let me say this, and I want you guys to clarify me, please. I just asked a question about contract. Is marriage a contract? And you people have given reasons why it's a contract. So, if marriage is a contract, because for me, I don't believe it's a contract because I see it as it's something covenant.
Marriage is a union. I believe it's a union, not a contract.
Like a union, a covenant, between a man and a woman. Because if it is a contract, here in Australia, I used to ask them, they're married today, they divorce tomorrow. Every day. Even our people are suffering it up to tomorrow. Now, my question is this. If marriage is a contract, why do we complain when people divorce? Because a contract is something that have to do with you are not comfortable with this and you leave. And there should be no this value of for better, for worse. So, in a contract, if you feel like you are not being treated well, you write a resignation letter and give them and say, man, this is not what we agreed on. But in a situation whereby you people have agreed for better, I will love you. For worse, I will love you. And when the guy lost his job, you have to apply for divorce. Or when the guy managed to finish paying his mortgage, buying a house, and you have children for the guy, you now say you're no longer interested, and you go and take the house. So for me, I don't think it's a contract. And I still want us to just tell me the difference.
Okay, let me take that before you leave.
Let me chip in.
Before you go to work, I want to say something. You said it's like, for example, if your man is pounding you, is beating you up in a marriage, will you remain in that marriage until he kills you before you leave? It's a question I asked.
That's a good question. That's a good question. So the scripture says, if any of you having trouble, you invite the elders, let the elders speak. So you invite that's why we have godparents in a marriage. As my sister said, marriage is like up and down, that pendulum. You get the point. So when those people come and sit together and try to sort this out, even Jesus Christ have misunderstanding with his apostles too.
Wait, let me bring in something here. We're omitting something. We're Africans and we're too religious. I believe in God. Yeah. Good. Get this correct.
Yeah.
I believe in God. Okay. And but the thing is this: when we tag everything to religion, you can never separate marriage and religion. But when you tag everything to religion according to African context, it becomes a problem. And that is why when we get out there, like those of you in developed country, like let me give you an example. As we speak, I'm in Cairo, okay? And I've lived in so many Islamic countries. You can never abuse your women. They're not developed country, but I mean, once they report you, you're gonna be in for it. Despite the fact that we believe that Muslims, relegate the women to the background, but you can't abuse your woman. You're gonna go in for it. You understand? So when you now say that you bring in elders, like you're in Australia, when you want to get married, you don't have somebody they call witness. You only have people to witness your marriage. That's why you have to go for counseling. When you go to counseling, like we said earlier on, see, it's a union, it's give and take. You must know when someone is getting to his limit. Let's say when you crack a joke and you notice that joke is exceeding, you have to quickly let the person know what's going on. You understand me? When you talk about job, see, I strongly believe it's only we Africans that tag when you lose your job. People say white lady or these fair-skinned people, call it Asia, call it, believe me, they can spend their last kobo for you. We all know this. You can agree with me. They can when you guys see white people, when you guys eat, when I was studying, I had this group of people, I was the only African there. The first place when we got there to eat and things like that, we drinking, you know what they said? Oh shit. You know what they said? Everybody has to pay their bills. You take your bills, but as a Nigerian man, I wanted to pay for everybody. The German girl said, no. You pay yours, I pay mine. I said, okay, let me take it. He said, no, you have to take your bill. I take mine.
Yeah.
They didn't understand it.
Yeah.
You understand me? So
can I say something? Can I just say something? Since you said you're going to work. Okay, so you were talking about, marriage. You don't, believe that marriage is a contract. It's okay if you believe. If you do not want it to be a contract, then you don't need to legalize it. At the point where you legalize it, it becomes a contract. So meaning that if you do not legalize it, you only do a customary marriage. I do have some learned folks back home who are lawyers. They don't do court marriages. I have some friends like that. They'll tell you, they are lawyers. They understand the implication of, what it means. But once you have to sign those papers, you're in a contract. But, like I said, the actual life, the marriage itself, it's a union, like my brother said. You guys are living it. You're not living what is spelled out in the terms and conditions. Like he said, there are exceptions to this. No to domestic violence. The woman can check out. She doesn't have to check out at the point of death where she's seeing it coming. The man can check out as well. But remember, that is not what we're praying for. That is not what we're preaching. I'm a Christian myself. But just to, we're educating ourselves here. We're sharing knowledge.
Hello,
it's
everybody.
A contract. Hi, sir.
Well done, brother. Well done. Continue.
Good morning.
Continue.
Very quickly. I just want to ask. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, hi. I'm speaking from the UK. Sorry, it's a contract. I agree. Let me just start from there. The contract says, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. So why is it that a lot of people seem to be breaching this contract? Why is it that they're breaking? What I mean is, they're able to cancel the contract, they're able to work out. People are beginning to accept it as normal for divorces to take place.
Okay.
It's a culture.
So do you want me to take that?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So here is it. Like the Bible said, for those of us who are Christian, because I believe that, those vows that we actually say, I don't know what is said in other religions, so I can't speak to that. I can only speak to what I know. So, we talk about, in sickness, in health, for richer, for poorer, and all that, right? But the truth is, those are vows. Those are vows. Remember, when you have a contract, what is spelled in your contract is the terms and condition. Okay? You're telling the other person that, okay, you're going to be there, for this, for that. But at the same time, remember, we that were Christian, the same Bible says it. That the exception, right? When a man cheats, isn't it? Yes. My Christian, are we not Christians on this platform?
Yeah, we are. I'm a Christian.
So the same Bible, you understand, that actually tells us about the union. It's a union of a man and a woman. The man should be there, the woman should be there, and he actually spells, out the role of a man and also spells the role of a woman. This same Bible also talked about what? Cheating. We are not even talking about domestic violence now. You're understanding what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot. That was why I said it's a contract, but what plays out in marriage is actually totally different. You understand? From those vows. And that is why it's a union. And that is why, like I said, the two people coming in together, like there are some people, when they are getting in, they will tell themselves, you see this thing we're doing? We're not going back. You understand? Think and well. No going back. And you know what? That becomes the vision of that marriage upon which that marriage is built. So regardless of what happens, they will always remind themselves, you understand, what is actually their driving force. What is their motive? Meaning that, what, regardless of what it is, we're going to stay in here. So,
go ahead. Go ahead. Ask another question.
Sure.
There are many times that one tends to wonder, is there perhaps a need to talk more about the marriages that actually go well? Because it's like, I won't say it's scaremongering. There are so many marriages that are going extremely well. There's so many models of marriages that are, in Igbo land, for instance, I can speak about it because I'm an Igbo person. In Igbo land, there was a time that you'll be in England or in America, and then they'll send you pictures of some ladies and say, look, these are young ladies. They're already up to 18 years of age. Which one do you like? Then you look at the pictures and say, I like this one. And then your family will approach that family. It sounds very biblical. It looks like something I've seen in the Bible. I'm not really a practicing Christian, but I've seen that in the Bible, they model their marriages after that type of marriages that we have in Igbo land, which is matchmaking by the families. Now, is it possible that because we have changed from that, and we're now following a system that is totally alien from our own DNA, if you like, is that not perhaps why we're having pastors divorcing, scandals erupting in churches? I'm just putting it to Christians, to those who profess to be Christians, to probably take this back to the various churches. I know that people are, this is a recorded program. People are going to watch this, over and over again in different places. I'm putting it to them that it is possible that they are the very people who are committing something that is against the contract of Christianity. The contract of Christianity is clear. It is obedience to the word of God as written in the Bible. So if somebody is, if a woman, for instance, is taking the place of a man, morally or whatever, in a marriage, it becomes a problem. If a man is relegated to the background, as it is in Europe, like in West, I live in England. In this country, most men have to take a lower position than their wife. They're scared of their wife, and the women are scared of the children. That's how it is here. If your child reports you, you get locked up. If your wife reports you, you're finished. So in Nigeria, we're beginning to learn all the bad things that people are doing in this part of the world without looking at the good things. Somebody mentioned here a minute ago that the women in this part of the world, if the husband is broke, they tend to support him without argument, without the thing becoming an issue. Nobody will hear about it. But is it the same with our women folk? I tell you it's not. And it is more so among those people that profess a strong belief in a deity. Yeah. If you look at the churches, you find that a woman is attending the church. She's very good at in the church. She's a minister. She's everything. She's a nurse. She's a wife. She becomes a qualified nurse. This is something that happens everywhere in the Western world, especially in the US. The next minute, her husband is no longer good enough for her. She doesn't listen to him anymore. They start to have arguments, and then they divorce. The woman takes everything that the man has worked for 10 years before bringing her to America. This is so wrong. Bad. It is wrong, and I stand to condemn it. And I tell the women who are Christians who have done this to go back to their husbands and beg for forgiveness and replace the situation, reorder their family, to bring back the children. Here in the UK, we have a big problem with the young people. Young boys are becoming Nigerian young boys here are becoming totally useless. And the problem, if you go to the prison system in the United Kingdom here, there is an overpopulation of Nigerians in the prison systems. Why is that? These children grow up, their mother allows them to, because not that the women are bad mothers, no, they're good mothers. But you cannot be looking after children, working day and night, and then give them a good upbringing. There's no nanny that can look after your children properly. So you are there working to look after your children because you have made your family a one-parent family. You chase the man away. So now those children don't have discipline anymore. So when they become 15 years old, they are chased out of school. By the time they're 16, they've committed a criminal offense. And they're in the justice system. Yeah? And then, like we're all talking about this man that was killed in America. I'm sorry I'm taking it too long. Well, I'll soon come to to a conclusion. This man that was killed in America, he wasn't sitting in his house and the police dragged him out. Let us be honest. I hate what they did to him. It is wrong. But he wasn't sitting in his house. He did something that was illegal. That was what brought him to the attention of the law enforcement. Secondly, when they came to apprehend him, he didn't give up, knowing what he had done. If he had surrendered and knelt on the ground as the culture in their country, if the police come to you, you lie down on the ground, you stretch yourself and obey their orders. They will not kneel on his neck. But
okay, so can I come in, sir? So,
yes.
so this is something I want to say, and I want each and every one of us to be mindful, because like you said, this is a live show. This is something that is streamed live. It will be viewed and all that. What I want to say, specifically is that I'm not making, if you observe all that I've been saying, I'm not going by what they call fallacy of hasty generalization.
Fallacy of hasty generalization.
Yes. So we don't want to jump into conclusion on any subject matter without doing, our own research and having statistics. And that is why I said in anything, even in like we're discussing marriage, let's be very open. Let's have an open heart. That is the only way we can learn. And unlearn whatever it is, believe it is we've had notion we've had in our head. You understand?
Yeah.
So I think the brother below me, he asked a question that could have helped us, wrap up, this discussion tonight. Well, he talked about.
Before we wrap it up, you said something that this is a live show. I agree with you, but let me explain why I use that very severe example. Yeah, a very unfortunate example of a man who was murdered. It's painful. It keeps people awake when they think about it. But what I'm trying to say is that in our community, the black community worldwide, even in Nigeria, we're dealing with young people becoming what they call cultists. Where did it come from? Did it start from the breakdown in the family, breakdown in family values? Because we are in a show which deals with connecting people, hooking people up to become partners, yeah, and create a family. Now we are talking about how the role of people changes, how their feeling towards their marriage changes, the contract of the marriage, how it alters with time.
Okay.
And I'm of the opinion that the family is a very central point, a very important part of society. So anything concerning marriage should be dealt with the seriousness that it deserves. Christianity is a very powerful institution and a good belief system, just like any other religion has the potential of being good like that. The breakdown of the family, the breakdown of relationships could be traced to perhaps the changing roles. And where are we getting this from? This is what I'm trying to understand. Where are we getting all these ideas from? Where a woman is living in Nigeria, she's a nice lady, she's talking to somebody on the phone, they get together, and then she comes to join him or the man. It could be the man that came to join the woman. Yeah, and then things come to a point where the family totally breaks down, the children are scattered, and then they end up not, meeting the needs that not becoming who they would have want to become. It's painful that our society, prevalently the black community, not the Asian communities. Anybody who lives in the Western world knows what I'm saying. The Asians are not doing this so much.
Do you know the problem with Asian communities? Asian communities value their culture. They maintain their culture.
Yeah.
But ours, African, more especially, let me use an example, Nigerians. When they come over here, you see them copying the white people's culture, copying the bad ones, not even the good ones, most of them. That's the problem we normally have. But Asians, they maintain their culture to the last 100%.
Okay, so
have you seen the problem we normally have?
Okay, so everyone, and with due respect to everyone, I don't think our focus should be, comparing races now. I think that's a distraction. Okay, our focus should, exactly. Our focus should remain. Like you asked a very important question that I was going to answer, and that will probably help you, sir, to answer some of your questions too. He asked a question. He said, does love keep a marriage? I just want to make sure I'm quoting him right. He talked about love in a marriage or something, right?
He said, can marriage exist without love?
Okay. So he said, can a marriage exist without love? And I'm going to answer it, invertedly. That is, I'm going to invert it. So my answer is going to be that love is needed, is an essential ingredient in marriage, but love does not sustain a marriage.
Exactly.
So what is actually needed? My other brother talked about trust. Trust is very, very key. And
understand too.
Even though trust is key, we should also remember that trust is earned. trust is earned in any relationship, be it marriage or regular, friendship. Okay, so having all that said, we talked about tolerance, we talked about, he talked about understanding. So everybody has, one key factor needed in marriage. Each and every one of us have actually contributed. The truth is that, brother, the only love that can sustain a marriage is the love defined in the Bible. Remember, he spelled it out. Love is kind, love is patient, love is, like I said, I'm not a Bible scholar, but I know that I understand my Bible to an extent. I might not be able to quote those verses, So having that said, to level it out across each and every one of us, both those who, like Daddy said, worship the deity, or those, who practice Christianity, those who are Muslims, those who are Buddhists, just to level it out. The thing that is very important and key here, when you have consistent communication, it brings about commitment. So one thing that is very, fundamental in marriage is commitment. Because even when it is not sweet, your commitment will keep you up. Even when the love is not there. There's a time you will even be wondering, have we not gotten to a point where we're like, how did I even marry this man? Like, how did I, end up with this woman? You get, but
then you remember what attracted you to him.
You understand? No. I'm just talking about, like, when you are in it after some years, and maybe the person starts, acting, in a way that you do not expect. We sometimes ask ourselves, those questions, like, how did I even end up here? But you know what? Because of the commitment that we have for one another, for that marriage, it keeps us going. And the consistency too, you can, like, remember, there's, like, in our back home, I can see there is a morning, afternoon, and night of marriage. Daddy, is that true? There's... I don't know.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Come cut to her before them.
Okay. Bye. Have a great one. Bye. So there is
all the best, man.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. No, let me allow you to finish.
No, I'm just waiting for the guy going to the work.
Okay. Yeah, so there is the morning, there is the afternoon, there is the night, meaning that when you guys are pretty young, the fire is still burning, and the excitement, the energy level is so high, about your partner. That's your morning. Then your afternoon time is when your heat, with the storms of life, the kids are there and all that, the body changes, with your wife, your husband and all that. You remember the potty belly, the woman is so fat, and all that, the storm of life. Then the nighttime is towards retirement, when you both are old, the kids are grown and they are gone. So in all this phase, right? If the commitment, your husband, your wife is committed to that vision, that you guys had from the beginning. The guy is not like the one that will just check out on you, or the woman is not the one like the other brother I described that will just check out on you. It keeps you guys going, even without, that burning desire that you guys had in the morning. You understand, of your marriage. When I say morning, the beginning, the onset of your marriage, the commitment is still there, that what, this thing, we're going to keep it to the end. And like Daddy was saying, he talked about, okay, what happened? This has nothing to do with religion. religion is a very, very complex. You understand? Is not something we want to intertwine, because Daddy, if you remember, our parents, those of them that worshipped Shango, worshipped whatever it is they worshipped, Amadioha and all that, they kept to their marriages. They did. Even when the man will marry 10, was the woman going anywhere? No. You understand what I'm saying? So the values was there from the beginning to the end. But it's quite unfortunate that things have changed. Remember, the God of the Bible at that time, when the Shango was in existence and the Amadioha and all that, the God of the Bible remained the same. You understand? The Bible wasn't rewritten. It was still the same. But what have changed? The times, the season, the people have changed. You understand? But the Bible is constant. The word in the Bible, the God of the Bible is still the same. So it is that is why we have to always, at every point in time, evaluate ourselves and ask. Don't, if you observe, like in those days, if anything goes wrong, in the marriage, the woman is quick to bearing the brunt, meaning that she's quick to accepting, oh my Lord, I'm sorry. But these days is no more. You understand what I'm saying? It is no more. So it is we that have changed. We, the people in it, have changed. So it is we that need to now, okay, like I said, going back to the drawing board to say, okay, what happened? What was it that attracted us? What was that force that attracted us together? Let us go back to it and retrace our steps. It could be normal in any relationship too. So it has absolutely nothing to do with religion here. And for me, I would say we shouldn't also, incorporate race to it, or comparing one race to another. No. Yes, the environment has changed, and the environment that has changed, meaning that, people have migrated from, from Nigeria to Western country, Westernization too. People are beginning to think like I was sharing earlier. There's no, Atusabi no day for marriage. I be professor, no day for, that is what is killing us today. You understand? People coming with a whole lot of expectation because, they have read this, they have read that, they work. Whatever it is, you are a medical doctor, a nurse, whatever. When you get in your marriage, you go park on one side. You understand? Deal with the person one-on-one, regardless, because you guys are not from the same background. But when this one is coming, okay, I be doctor, I don't read, you understand, I know this, I know that, it's not gonna work, because there will be a whole lot of compromise. You understand? The man will compromise, the woman will compromise. You understand? Two people are gonna be, and the place of, like we said, submission too. You understand? Marriage is not a place to prove a point. You understand? Where you want to prove a point to your spouse. No, you get. So it's not going to work. So, Daddy, the truth here is that marriage is still the best thing on planet Earth. I would say, if you work with the right partner who is willing to commit, who is willing to put time and effort and energy to it, and also who coming in from the beginning, two of you decide and make up your mind to make it happen, regardless of what the storm of life, you understand, would throw, at you people. Like, I'm actually trying not to compare, because truly, like you said, sir, over here, the woman would help regardless. We all know that. It doesn't matter. Today, it might be the woman that is the breadwinner. Tomorrow, it might be the man. They don't really care. You understand? The family keeps going. But where we came from, we have this notion that the man will forever be the provider. Is like a stamp, rubber stamp on his head, without trying to understand, whether at that point in time, whether he is capable, whether the opportunities are there. We don't. You understand?
Continue.
Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna,
No.
yeah. So for everyone, including myself, I think we should, stay on the positive side, side of things. It's a whole lot going on, in the world right now, a whole lot of negativity. And for me, and what I will preach, we shouldn't get distracted. We should still stay focused, as Africans, as Christians, still uphold, those moral value that we had, family values, that we had from home, regardless, of, what it is, and try going in. Marriage shouldn't be a ground where this one will point, let's say now something happens, this one is pointing, accusing finger, or the other is pointing back, and no. No. It should be a place where we're coming in with an open heart, and be willing, to forgo, and be willing, just you're foregoing it because you're staying focused, you understand, on the goal, on the vision of that marriage. Even though sometimes your spouse, might get carried away, but you are focused. Sometimes it might even be, the man or the woman reminding you, remember Uncle Tasso, or what we said, or in high school, that we're not going back. You understand?
No.
Wait.
No, I can pick it.
I'm loving this platform more and more every day.
I know you have been touched. For you to enter the language, I know you have been touched.
I just want everybody, to communicate it.
You don't understand. She took me from what I was thinking to another level. She made me remember where we come from, and she was using everything. I don't know what she studied or how she grew up, her childhood orientation, but she's taking me everywhere. She's just reminding everything that makes me to think that, can I get a woman like this back home?
No.
Do we see how I'm being honest. No, serious.
I give you this.
No, I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you.
Thank you, guys. I'm humble. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, but people like her are very rare. You will see them, but they are very rare.
Say, I want to be a friend, even if just ordinary friend. I want to know you. I want to be your friend.
No. Likewise, me, madam. You can't just go like that. You can't just go. You have many people that you need to help. You have many people you need to help.
I get to see people like this on social media. I don't get to meet them again.
No.
I'm being honest with you.
No.
I seldom see people like this again. I keep asking myself. Even when she spoke the language, the Europe. Madam, where are you from, please? Which dialect? I mean, which origin are you from?
Well, I was. My parents are originally from Imo State, but I was born in Lagos, and right now I reside in the U.S.
Okay. I want to be your friend, please.
For what?
Who said it? It's the wine.
I want to be a friend too.
Why you want to be her friend too? Do you know her?
She has a lot to teach our young girls. More especially this new generation girls. She has a lot to teach.
If they will listen to
Queen. No, you don't understand why she was saying all these things. She took me back to how we started, what Nigeria used to be. You know, she took me back to what Nigeria used to be. I'm not lying to you. I fight it. If you can remember, there was a time I was talking here. I said, I want to marry a Nigerian, but I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
Oh, it's very difficult.
Because of their mentalities.
I've been on ground.
Now.
See, I've been on ground there.
Girls, they are something else.
Yes, I've been on ground there. You know, they are not the same. And I begin to see that it's actually those who are now speaking this way are those who are living outside the country. Believe me, we're the one holding back our culture, holding it the way it is. Those back home has forgotten where we come from. In totality, they've forgotten where we come from. And when you take them from that place, or when they come outside here, it's something different. They are not the same.
My sister, you are married to who? You are married to Igbo or Yoruba?
My husband is Igbo, Imo State as well.
Okay. Which part of US?
You're grounded.
I'm in Washington, D.C.
Okay. You have kids?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. You're welcome on this platform anytime to come and lecture. We normally do sugar night, and the sugar night is majority married people and unmarried people. You know, so you can come and lecture them and talk to them. You are free.
She has a lot to lecture on young girls.
I've been listening to you behind the studio. You are highly gifted, honestly speaking.
Thank you.
You know, I wish majority of them will listen to you. They will not, though.
Seriously.
They will not, though. Leave all this.
With their mentalities now.
Let me sell Queen a little bit. Let me sell. I'm a true Nigerian. I'm a true Nigerian. When you talk about Wazobia, you know, you bring people like us.
Yes.
You know. ìyàwó mi ẹ má bínú ẹ jẹ́ ń ta queen díẹ̀ lórí kíní ẹ̀.
Olóòrò ni wọ́n kọ wait there. I can see Buhari picture. I can see Governor Aweti picture. I can see all of them. So you guys are one Nigeria here.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah. I used to complain that I need somebody to interpret Igbo. I begin to learn Igbo here.
You better.
I begin to learn Igbo.
You better learn it though, because we are taking you back to Igbo land.
I've been here for a long time. I don't know how you speak Igbo. I just have to key him. Even if I don't understand the language.
I want to say something. Welcome.
I have one question. Okay, is there anyhow you related with this lady?
No.
Because the kind of wisdom this lady has.
She portrays a lot of wisdoms. Yeah.
The kind of wisdom.
No. I was actually thinking that Queen invited her to speak. To be honest.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I've been listening to her right from the beginning. She came inside here.
She's really, you know, I gave her the opportunities. I've been listening to her behind the scenes.
This lady has something.
She actually instigated me.
This lady
she made me come live.
She has something.
You know, it's still 5 a.m. here. She made me come alive.
You see how she dressed, so she's a born again. No?
Listen to me.
No, God fearing.
I was
fearing. God fearing.
I was asking myself, do you still have somebody like this?
Yeah, she's gifted. She's really gifted.
Because she would refer me back to understand that when marriage was sweet and when the
that is my
okay.
Marriage.
Okay. Queen. Huh? Listen to my request. I've been here before, and I said I've been married before. I mean, I'm married to an Asian woman, and I'm looking for a Nigerian. You know, but it's been very difficult. When I mean very difficult, you know. So now I'm seeing somebody that have this
potential.
Oh my God, not just potentials. This thing lives in her. It's like it's part of her childhood orientation. You know, I don't know what she studied in school. Go ahead.
This lady is a person that if we're having a problem, even you know why I come up. If she can be able to even educate my wife, I'm frankly speaking because I don't want to I don't want to break up in my marriage.
Yes.
This is the coach.
She's a therapeutical soul in marriage. Yeah.
No, she is by nature a sociologist.
She makes a woman to understand that be a professor, be a doctor, be a nurse.
You still remain under a man. That's my own philosophy of marriage. That's my own philosophy of marriage.
I'm happy she's a taker here. She knows the numbers of killing going on here. Because women are not ready to submit. Whenever they come here, become nurses.
No, you have to. That's the only word you should understand.
They keep their like this. They keep their.
It's not only in America. It's not only in America. Even in Nigeria.
There is something she stated here when the other lady, one of our sisters that's from Cameroon, you know what she said? She said there is no pattern and there is no specific way to enter inside marriage. You understand what I mean? And marriage is a university you can never graduate.
You can never graduate. Okay, you have been saying this every time.
I do say, I told you that I have the same philosophy with her.
Nobody can graduate.
You may have another thing in marriage, and when you get in there, it's a different ballgame. And it needs
give you a different thing. That's it.
Something that my people used to say. They said, if the sound of a music changes, then you change a footstep. You see what I'm saying? So when you get into marriage, if you don't have the ability to observe, to relate to whatever you see in marriage, you will fall out. That's why you see a lot of divorce. Marriage is very difficult. And you have to wear an army of a difficult time to manage marriage. Without it, you can never sustain marriage. You understand, Andy? There is another thing that that's why I let her, manage this place. There's another thing that she stated. She said, love can never sustain marriage. I said it.
At all.
Love
you said it last
kind of marriage.
Last week. You said it last week.
Yes. Love can, there is a lot of things. Love is part of it. But love can never sustain marriage. At a time, you start losing interest in your partner. But there are many things that will enable you to still stand in that marriage. Understanding, fear of God, communication, know where you stand, know your relationship, know how to say yes, I'm sorry, how can we move forward? Things like that.
That key.
When a woman cannot realize when to say, I'm sorry, that is another problem.
That is submission.
Women, their ego have become something that we cannot place. They know they are right. They are educated. They are more brilliant. They are more beautiful. When I go out there, another man will see me and they will bother me. They will do this. They will do. And then when they start making more money than their husband become irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
And they start hanging out with their fellow society, whatever.
Society, good ladies. You're gone.
They start, by then they will start figuring out what their husband are not doing for them in the house.
Okay.
Oh my God. I don't want to go into this right now, beg. I don't want to go in. I cannot be a born again like her, but I have the same philosophy in marriage.
I'm not. I'm a Christian, but I'm not a religious person.
No, she's not.
I'm not a religious person, but I'm a Christian.
Yes.
Queen.
She's a Queen.
Please relinquish her contact to us. I want to be friend to her, please. Like one of my brothers said.
She has to take permission from her husband before she give her contact. That's
like I said, that's okay. We all grown up, and I think the husband.
You can do it. I don't know how your marriage is being. I don't know how you are, but if it's me. Before anything, I should.
So here's it. The truth is that I'm usually on a very low key. I'm a very low private person. I've been watching this program.
You're not gonna be private here any longer. No more privacy for you. As long as you are out here today, you are.
I trust me. I in fact, my husband is going to be like, really, but I only came out because I felt the urge, to like educate, because I heard, the young lady. I only came out because I heard her. I was listening to her, and there's no rubber stamp. I just wanted to share, because if I just keep quiet, somebody, maybe this will be her opportunity, like the pastors will say. You understand? Today is the day you get. Maybe she hasn't heard it, or somebody hasn't told her, that when you're going into marriage, you're not going into it, with, okay, this is what I know and all that. So I just felt, okay, let me just
know anything.
So I felt, okay, let me just come share, my little, experience, and let her know that marriage will, trust me, marriage will humble anybody.
Marriage.
You understand?
Marriage really humbled me. Sometimes I listen and
but this new generation girls, they don't know about that.
Marriage really humbled.
They don't want to know.
They don't know about that at all.
They want to
discover that the ladies of nowadays, they have high expectations before they get married.
I'm still saying what I'm saying. Relinquish our contract to all, so that maybe we can, when we see somebody, we can always say to the person that, please.
No, I wouldn't
like Don't go there. Don't go there.
I wouldn't like her to release her contact.
And you know what, guys? SAS and MAS. The thing is, in fact, if you on my social media page, you won't even see any activity at all. My husband always tell me, I think you have a ministry, you need to talk to people, you're gifted, you need to come out and, really help, help a whole lot of younger folks and share the knowledge. For real, I want to share, and I'll be glad to, share with us. I'm young. Okay, I'm of this generation. I'm one of the millennials. Okay, but the truth is that foundation, which is like Daddy said, the other man who joined from UK, the family values, then religion and the environment shaped me too. You understand? A whole lot of all those, shaped me. I don't really believe that, whatever it is I have achieved for myself, I should, lord it over others or suppress others, even in marriage or in regular, relationship.
You don't even have Nigerian accent. I was thinking you're from Cameroon or from.
No.
So I never knew that you are from Nigeria. Honestly,
she grew up in Lagos.
She doesn't even speak American English. I was thinking she lived in Australia, I thought you live in Australia.
No.
You don't speak American English. I was thinking you live in Australia.
You don't have to speak American English. Me, I speak American English.
But sometimes when you go, you money in America. But I was thinking she lives in Australia. Australian people are somehow reserved.
No, I was thinking she lives in one country, but not like Cameroon or something.
Oh, no. I trust me, that conversation you guys were having, and I heard the lady talking actually forced me out of my comfort zone. So I'm not more of a social media person. I'm usually.
Okay, I'm afraid of getting married. Yeah, remain single now.
Remain single.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Let them remain single.
I really do appreciate everyone. I appreciate your time. I appreciate, everyone listening to me, and to our queen. For this
you do follow me. You know my nickname.
Yeah, they call you queen. Yeah,
queen.
Oh yeah. So I really, you're doing a great job. Bringing people together. For this platform, I say thank you. Thank you so very much for all you do.
Thank you. Always come by to pray for us. You know, we need prayers. You know, I cannot do without prayers. So it's only a fool that will come out and say there is no God. Only
we need advice. We need advice.
You know. So whatever you believe in it. But it's only a fool who come out and say
more especially our youngest need the orientation.
They need seriously orientation.
They need orientation from you, please. Because they are going astray. They are thinking, their mentality is something else.
Don't
allow the talent to waste. Don't allow the talent to waste. No matter what is going wrong, you have to. You need to touch lives.
See what people are saying.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much.
Tell them all this. Some of them, their expectation is too high. That's why I was talking to the other lady.
Okay, I will have to leave now.
Okay, my sister, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
I was okay, me out. Let me listen.
Huh?
Let me.
No problem.
Today, Sugar Light is the best too.
It's six something here, so I'm gonna excuse you guys. I'm gonna take my leave.
Like her speech.
I'm gonna take my leave to freshen up and do some one or two things.
Good night. Good morning.
Yeah, nice. Good morning, huh? You guys should take care.
Okay. All right, so
today Sugar Light is the best.
I have a question. Okay. Hello, guys.
Yeah.
My name is Vivian.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I live in Nigeria. I'm about to be precise.
Oh, Vivian, how are you? I remember you.
I'm fine, thank you. I have a question. The lady that just left, I really enjoyed her enlightenment. She really enlightened us, enlightened me, to be precise. And I really enjoyed it. And like you all said, she took us way back to when how things started.
Can you speak loud a little bit, Vivian?
Okay. I said she took us way back. She took me way back to how things, the norms. And she said, the only thing that can shape one is your foundation.
Yes.
Which is, one of them is your foundation. And then
your environment.
Your environment. That's very on point. But the thing now is, she also mentioned something about generalizing things. And I think that everything was falling back on the woman. Some women actually have that kind of background, but the men don't have good upbringing. What now happens in that situation? Where you have, like she said, that you don't just bring in whatever you know just stays outside the door once you step into marriage. What now happens when you have the ideology that marriage is supposed to be like this? Your husband is supposed to be the God you do not see. And then you now come into marriage and then you see something different. Why? Because a man doesn't have good upbringing. Remember, some men, they might be old, they might be way advanced, but their upbringing is whack. It's whack in the sense that maybe their father had a hotel and whenever at some point, or they grew up in the village and they were a bit notorious, or their parents were notorious, and then they now grew up with that mentality, with that foundation, and then
So what is your question?
What now happens if you now if for example, someone like her now gets into a marriage where the man doesn't have that kind of ideology that marriage is for better or for worse?
Okay, now let me answer that question. You see, marriage. Marriage is a place you're coming. You expect to meet up a child that you're going to babysit and nurture. Just bear that in mind. Don't even think about I'm coming to marry someone who is well informed, who knows it all. My marriage will be a bed of roses. That's why our people normally said, they said if you're marriage is like something it's like what do they call it? When you open it, whatever you see it, you deal with it. You understand what I mean? if you're lucky enough to get a man that is well informed, well educated, and knows what he's really wants, your marriage will go smoothly and people will be looking at you. Oh, I love it. But if unfortunately you met someone that have a long way to go, my dear, you still have to start afresh to nurture that relationship. It's called it a second missionary journey. You still have to make a way, and no marriage is perfect, my darling. Every marriage you have a story to tell, but some people, their own stories are more harder than others. You just have to learn how to squeeze in. You understand? We women, we are keepers. Men are not. There's nothing. Men, they don't care. You be the one to shape your marriage. You be the one to build your family. You be the one to nurture your marriage. Men are just there in terms of being there. Their presence is only what matters in relationship, nothing more. But anything that goes behind the scene, women are responsible for it. You understand what I mean? I'm not saying that some men, they have already made up their mind not just to walk out of the marriage. You have done your best and leave the rest. Another man will also see you and value what you have. Some men, there is nothing you can do to please them because their mind is somewhere.
Yes.
You know, let me, there's something I want to put it. You know, some men have this ideology of a woman they want to marry. A skinny woman, I don't want her to gain weight. But when she starts gaining weight, you start losing interest. You start losing interest. There is nothing that woman will do will please you again. They've forgotten that if you marry someone because you love my beauty, you love my skinniness. If I give birth and I'm gaining a lot of weight and you don't like weight, you get another option, or you find out something that will make me lose that weight. So I will go back to the way, you know, you make me. But they don't think like that. They have seen that another one that, you know,
okay,
triggers their brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Yeah, go ahead, my darling.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning, my sister. I specifically came in because of you. Okay? I have been married for 21 years. I have four teenage boys. And in my 20s, I had a picture of what I wanted in marriage, because I used to go to this family. I remember back days in the university, I used to go to this family. Every morning, the husband and wife, they fight. And then I'll be like, Jesus, I don't want to see this when I get married. I want to have a marriage that when I come in, it's all play, everything. It's just the way I want it. But no, it didn't happen. Okay? At some stage, the man told me that he never wanted to get married. Yes. Now, what do you do to that? I didn't watch the lady that you guys were all praising and all that. I didn't watch her, but I want to tell you this. If a man wants to leave, he wants to leave. If a man wants to leave, he wants to leave. There's nothing on this planet Earth that you will do to that man who has made up his mind that he wants to go somewhere else that will change his head.
Exactly.
Okay? I'm from Anambra, and I grew up partially between Anambra and River State. I grew up under the watch of my brothers and my sisters, and we value marriage so much that my husband was like God to me.
No, yes. So
I had to do everything at a very young age. I got married at the age of 19. I had to worship him, do everything humanly possible. I started, my mother used to call me Prophet Elijah. You know why? Because of the way I pray. Everything, my mother would say, pray. Everything, pray. As young as I was, everything she would say, pray. Once people start to talk about marriage, I get touched. Because there are people there, there are women, forget about the people in the Western world. I live in Western world as well. I live in Dublin. Okay, I see women here, you know, it's a different ball game here because it's women's world when you come to this part of the world, you know, where they tell you here where I live specifically is children first. After the children is the women. And then after the women, the men comes. But there are still people who have a very good family background, who had a very good family orientation. Now tell me what happens to the man? Because you can't change a man. You cannot change a man. Also, turn upside down. Today, I am happy that I have raised 4 teenage boys, and they are doing very well. You know what? If there is nothing I will achieve on this planet Earth, it will be making sure that these boys know that you have to treat a woman right. That is where we all have to go back to. That background. You as a woman have to raise your sons well, to understand that the women are the weaker vessel, to understand that you have to treat. Listen, my youngest son went to school one day and came back and said, Mommy, I had to go under punishment today. And I said, why? He said, because I made a girl fall in school. And my teacher brought me to the principal. I got a bit upset, but I sat myself down and I understood why that happened. Because they want him to understand that a girl child is not same as him. You have to carry her like egg. So if you are able, is as good as the way, sorry, I'm shifting now. It's as good as the way we were talking about rape in Nigeria. Where does that come from? Are they not men? Are they not human beings? The whole job, let me say this again. The whole job has to go back to the parents. It has to go back to the parents. Families, women who have boys, children have to train their children right. They have to teach their sons that yes, God made you the head of this family for a reason. So for that reason, you will stand. For the girl child, this man is your God that you see until when you go to heaven or when you get to heaven. But if that background, that family orientation is not there, if you did not teach your child right, it's gonna be big problem. Big problem. So it's okay for the lady that just left, her teachings and all that. You know, men are I like being very blunt. Men are very sensitive when it comes to, oh, a woman has to bend down, she has to do this. I've been there and done. Women have died in marriages because our parents during their own time, they told the likes of myself, I was told by my mother that it's okay for your husband to beat you up. And you don't tell anybody. I lived in Lagos for 5 years before I came to Europe. And even when my husband hits me, I go back to apologize. Okay? I go back because that's what I was taught. I was taught that he's the man. That whatever he does is okay. But that's not the right teaching here. Because we all are somebody's child. Okay? So it is very okay for a woman to mind the husband, to look after the husband. But at the same time, it is the man's job as well to reciprocate, to love back. When the woman submits, please love back. Don't hit a woman, because the woman as well can be your daughter. The woman can be your sister. The woman can be your auntie. The woman can be your mom. Would you hit your mom? Would you hit your auntie? Would you hit your sister or your daughter? It is okay when we do these lectures and do these lessons and do these teachings. Please, let's not forget that women has to be carried along, because they will go home with the fact that, oh, I have been told that whatever happens is okay. Like the likes of myself, that was into it for years. I cry every day. I beg him to eat. I beg him for everything. And he was busy enjoying himself. He was busy having fun with other women. He was busy doing what he wanted to do. What do you tell me in that situation? I remember my mom, I said again, she keeps telling me it's going to be okay. You will be fine. Even when he hits you, at some stage when he hits me, I don't tell anybody. I just keep it to myself. And there was a situation where I fainted. I wouldn't be that kind of person that, well, we argue a lot. I don't argue. But just the fact that you irritate him, the fact that his mind is somewhere else, the fact that he just don't want to continue this, the fact that he doesn't have that good family orientation, that's where all it lies on, that family orientation. I will leave you guys this morning because I have to go get ready for work. But it is very imperative that we understand that family orientation is very, very paramount. Very, very paramount. Go home and bring your son well. Go home and teach your daughter to respect people. And with that, we will all live in a very comfortable and a better world. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Good morning.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. So, Star, I still have one more question. I'm
going to bed. I'm going to bed. That should be tomorrow. I'm leaving. I'm going to bed. I have to go to work in the morning.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Okay, madam.
All right.
Your phone.
Go phone.
All right. Good night.
Good night.